Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week Amy's pregnant and things aren't as simple as they seem. Has Rory got a ponytail, or is it just a dream?
So rhyming seems to be your thing that we're going with.
It's how I find my way
everyone.
into it.
Welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast, the only one in the world that is. Well, how dare you try to speak before I let you? My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful companion as we go on this adventure through time and space. We're here, we're in the TARDIS, we're wearing our ponchos, we're freezing to death, and I'm joined by the wonderful Lawrence Thomas Heisey. How are you doing today?
I'm good, but don't butter me up. I know you're about to criticise me, so go into it.
No. And first of all, don't ever fucking speak out of line again, okay?
Oh, shut up!
No. You know the rules. You're not allowed to talk until I introduce you, okay?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry, I didn't know the rules.
All right. Rhyming seems to be the theme that you're sticking with for this. Are you sure you want to lock yourself into that? Because I know what you're like. And then it'll be 3 weeks down the line, and then you can't think of a rhyme, and then you'll just sack it off altogether.
Look, there is always a rhyme to be had because I make the rules. I can make the rhyme as simple as I want. I can choose any word to rhyme with.
I mean, there's certain rules to rhyming that you have to adhere to.
Yeah, I'll adhere to the basics, like the structure of rhyming.
I don't want any half rhymes bullshit. If it's not a full true rhyme, then best believe I will be criticising.
Orange and door hinge.
Nope.
What's another half rhyme?
There's plenty
you do
of
a
them.
bit.
I'm not a poet. I don't make any claims to be, okay?
Oh, very good.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, rhyming's my way in. I'm happy with it. It's the way I find ease doing it. And I feel like sometimes you're putting on this big reaction. I feel like if you came out with that, you'd be over the moon.
Because it'd be good if I came up with it.
Well, no, that's not how that works.
No, I'm not saying like the same thing.
If you just did the same thing.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like if I did it, it would actually be good. Mine were, from what I remember, mostly good.
Yeah, but I think sometimes they were a bit sauceless. Sometimes they lacked a bit of zest.
Incorrect.
No, I think sometimes you were just saying a fact. You were like, "Whoa, what's going to happen this week?" Dun, dun, dun,
I feel like that was
boring.
before. That was before we established the rhythm and the sizzle of the intros.
See, but that's the thing, Nathan. That's your rhythm and your sizzle. I'm bringing my own sizzle.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm vibing with it though.
You don't have to.
I mean,
this is my moment.
No, it's my podcast. Okay,
it's not.
It is. It's my podcast.
I don't like this.
Whose name is on it?
Both of us.
Whose money does the bank account go in? Whose bank account does the money go into?
well, okay, yeah, fine, but we have a fair understanding that it is distributed, do we not?
We do, yes.
Okay, well then.
It's mine. Anyway, feel free to cut all or none of it out.
No, it's fine. They're here for an admin meeting.
Okay, great. Lawrence, it's Doctor Who time. It's podcast time. It's Doctor Who time. Bit of a late one. Don't know if we should pull back that curtain, but
we can certainly pull back the curtain that this episode goes up in. I'm not good at maths. How many hours?
Just over 12.
Just over 12.
Yeah,
so that's fun. So we're recording it now.
It's both of our faults this week. Usually we like to leave ourselves a good gap. Usually we like to record Wednesday evenings so we have enough time to get it ready to distribute it on Monday. This week has kind of been all over the place. Lawrence was sick, I was sick, we all had some back and forth. Lawrence had to pretend he had a job for a little while.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's all been going on. But we're here.
No, I'm not saying it. You always call me out for saying it.
Say it.
I'm queer.
How dare you, Lawrence?
No.
No, I'm joking. We're here. We're going to do a lovely little podcast. So join us, settle in, grab your sneaky, snacky snooze.
Do you normally do this?
No, I don't. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Nathan, what's the episode? Who wrote it? Who directed it, please?
Lawrence, don't you dare. All right.
I'm trying to help you
don't
here.
You dare set me up and try to do some stuff. Lawrence, this is series 5. I've got episode 6 written down, but I think it's episode 7. It is
episode 7.
There we go. See, it's series 5, episode 7. Amy's Choice, written by Simon Nye and directed by Catherine Morshead. I'll have you know.
Very, very, very cool.
Great. I'm okay.
You normally go off onto something there.
I said, I'll have you know.
Oh, this is not the energy for a quick edit. This feels like it's going to be a horrible edit. All right, I'm going to come out and say it, but it's not technically my place to say it, so I'm going to give you the window to say something first.
Wait, what do you mean it's not your place to say it?
Well, it's
You're not going to come out with some Nazi bullshit, are you?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not my place to say that something might be considered of a certain status.
Okay. Yes, excuse you, Lawrence. Get back in your little box, okay?
I put myself in it.
Look at you trying to take over, trying to hoist me out of my own gig here. It seems he's trying to.
I was paying respect, Nathan.
Division in the ranks, it seems.
A mutiny is brewing.
It does. It seems like mutiny aboard the good ship TARDIS. Lawrence. Well, yeah. Let's do some general thoughts.
Okay.
I'll go first because I just want to say certified banger.
Whoa!
I said it. You didn't.
I inferred it.
No, I said
I
it.
inferred it, and now I can officially agree with it.
Good. What a good fun time this is. What a great drop in. 45 minutes of Doctor Who. You get a fun adventure. You get heartwarming emotions. You get cool aliens, but also weird monsters and a weird kind of funny monster as well. It's all a good fun time, and as well as that, you just get some of the most devastating emotional heartbreak along the way as well. So what a good fun time I had.
It is a good fun time. I think it's a breath of fresh air. If you were like, the ending of a certain episode 2 weeks back sucked.
I loved it.
Which we know. No. I don't think you did.
No, I did. I loved it.
I think we made a whole podcast and a separate video about why we didn't like it.
I loved it.
So that was not great. And then Vampires of Venice, like, it touched on some aspects of it. There were some moments that were a bit cool, some moments that were a little bit like, let's kind of do a cop-out version of getting over this kind of box that the writers put the characters of Amy and Rory in. And in this one, it's like, let's delve in, actually. What if we examined this? What if we like got really stuck into this relationship dynamic?
Vampires of Venice was great. There was that little incest boy.
Look, is that the parameters for what's great if there's an incest boy?
No, but it was funny at least, wasn't it?
Was it? There was some funny moments in a largely forgettable episode.
I think it was a good funny time.
Okay.
Fair enough. I think if Russell had written it, you'd be sucking its appendage.
Appendage? This is dreadful. Any more general thoughts, or shall we drop in?
Let's just drop in. Let's go in. Let's get into it. Let's discuss.
Where
the
we
episode.
dropping? We're playing Fortnite.
You all right?
I'll sip of water, let that sit there.
Just let that sit for a moment. Let's all just sit in that reference.
Anyone else playing Fortnite?
I did play it the other day, actually. I did quite well. It was the first time I played it in a while. Because I realised that with Amazon Prime, you get Prime Gaming. Okay.
Okay.
And you get like certain rewards and stuff. And with Prime Gaming, you can stream games on your Mac and shit. And Fortnite is free to play anyway, but like traditionally, it's not really available on Mac because they had a whole like lawsuit thing with Apple. So it was like it wasn't really available. But I was able to play it through like their stream sort of thing. I mean, I do have it on my PlayStation, so I could have walked like 4 feet into the other room and just played it. But I was
just thinking, like, is this the precursor to you saying that your PlayStation blew up and this is the only way you could play it?
It's perfectly fine. But I was at my desk. I didn't want to leave my office, so I thought I'll just play some Fortnite here. And I did. They got the avatar powers in there now. They got like
there's a bit of earth bending. You can just throw a big fucking cinder block at someone's head.
I found the water bending powers, and they're quite powerful. I was doing quite well with them. Like I was racking up some damage. Anyway, no care. That's Fortnite talk.
yeah. There's Fortnite
what is going
talk
on,
you guys. New channel in the server. Post your royales here.
Let us know if you want to do a 0 build squad.
Build. If you build, you suck. That's just the rules.
We'll drop in. Anyway.
Anyway, speaking of dropping in, Nathan, we're dropping into a lovely countryside setting.
Yeah.
We're seeing some tranquil fields, everything's peaceful. And then we see a very familiar face in a not so familiar setting, because Amy, Nathan, is big pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Big pregnant.
All right.
Like, No, as in the later stages of pregnancy.
Yeah. I mean, she's TV pregnant.
Oh, I mean, yeah. There's not a single other part of her body that's affected.
Yeah, I know. Like if you look at a pregnant woman and then you look at a TV pregnant woman, there's a very clear difference between the two. but yeah, no, she's TV pregnant. She's got a bump.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa, what's going on here? She was just aboard the TARDIS last time we saw her. They were leaving Venice, but now she's pregnant. She's baking some cakes. And then she starts having contractions.
Well, or so we think.
Yes.
But anyway, coming to the aid of Amy is her doting husband, Rory. But there's two drastic changes to our familiar faces. Well, if Amy's pregnant, what's Rory got going on?
Rory is wearing a pony. Well, he has a ponytail.
He's not. Yeah, it's not a clip-on. He's unfortunately grown it out.
Well, and he's also it's some weird kind of it's a weird very long mullet because it's like, because it's like really short at the front. He's got like just a very normal like short fringe and sides, but then just that really long ponytail at the back.
I'd never really considered this, because it's not. You don't get like the little side bang bits either. Like
he's got like a full-on mullet, which he's just put into a ponytail. And in tonight's honor, I am wearing my hair in a ponytail as well.
Yeah, but the rest of your hair is long, so you get away with it.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I was more just wanted you to comment on my ponytail.
Well, is it often not in a ponytail?
No, it's often in a bun.
Oh, you do like a bun, don't you?
Yeah.
You like an Ellie Last of Us bun.
I do like an Ellie Last of Us bun, yeah.
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 How long is it these days if you let it flow out?
About there. Ooh.
Like nipple height?
Yeah, just above, really. Cover my breasts.
Are you any more thoughts on the big chop?
The what?
You mentioned a big chop I think it was this podcast a couple of episodes back.
I don't think you realise that can be slang for a penis.
What? No, hang on, no.
A big chop.
Fuck's sake. What, as in like like having a big chopper or a big chop?
Yeah, chop can be slang for the male appendage.
I thought you were talking about some sort of circumcision situation.
Oh, what is going on?
I thought you brought up the male appendage.
Well, you did, really.
No, I brought up a simple haircut, a very simple term for a haircut.
But could you have not have said the haircut? Why do you have to frame it this way?
Because I wasn't saying, oh, Nathan, are you going to have a nice penis on your head? Like, I didn't bring it up in that way.
Oh, I don't know an answer, Lawrence.
Okay. All right. Anyway, look, Rory's got a ponytail. He's got an odd mullet.
This is off the rails. This is all over the place.
This is not going well.
This is not going well.
I think that's what it is we normally record another happy pod on this day, so we're in another happy pod mode where we can be very much more loosey-goosey and just not caring as much.
We're in loose podcast energy mode, so anything could happen. Get ready, guys.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Nathan's got his appendage out.
Lawrence, no! Stop! Fucking hell. I'll tell you what, yeah, so Rory's got a ponytail. He's riding a bike. They do that little thing, which I don't know why this annoys me so much. I don't know why it irks me. But in TV shows and movies, mainly TV shows, but movies as well, whenever you see someone riding a bike, you always have to hear the bell ding twice.
It's true.
Just to establish that they're riding a bike. The visual cue alone is not enough, apparently. We need the audio cue of a bell dinging twice. Even though there is no reason for Rory to be ringing that bell. He still needs to ding it twice. Ridiculous.
He might be announcing his arrival.
No.
Like, he might be like, check this out.
No, ridiculous. I don't like it. But that's just one of those TV things that irk me.
Yeah, it's just the sound guy saw an opportunity and was like, I'll lay some work here.
Yeah. They got some swans in the garden as well, just running amok.
Mate, this garden is like, it's great countryside-wise. Like, there's some lovely flowers.
This is a lovely countryside cottage. I would love to live here. This is my dream home, really.
Oh, no, he's doing it again.
What?
So often you go off the rails about what your idyllic countryside cottage would look like.
But it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? Know. It's a beautiful little place. Away from the city, away from all that noise and hustle and bustle. Just let me be alone in peace. I love it, mate.
The hustle and bustle.
Stop that. Don't fucking... First of all, don't dox me. Like that.
We're sure we've said that before. Can I keep that in? Shall I beep that?
No, you can keep that in, but still.
I was going to say the whole joke falls apart if I have to beep it. And it wasn't that funny to begin with. I needed some provisions here. All right, anyway, Amy's labour is a false alarm, and the TARDIS arrives. It's been, speaking of the lovely garden, just fucking steamrolls through it.
Yeah, crushes the flowers. Amy won't be too happy about that, as Rory tells us. But yeah, we learn it's been 5 years, apparently. The Doctor comes out of the TARDIS, he's wearing his beautiful blue bow tie and braces, and his beautiful pale blue shirt. And yeah, it's 5 years since he's... Apparently, since they left the TARDIS, they decided to leave. They said their goodbyes, and that's it, I guess.
I guess so. And the Doctor is companionless. This is, I mean, I know why. Because I've seen the episode.
Yeah. But... I mean, yeah, it's implied, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, this is, I like, what I really like about all of this is that this is all pre-Sting. So we're still, it takes a good long while for them to give us any sort of like context that this isn't really reality.
Yeah.
And we're like, so for like a solid 5 minutes, we're just there going like, have I missed the season?
Yeah.
What is happening here?
They're really seeding that mystery straight away. They want to confuse you. They want to get you asking questions and figure out what's going on. I do like the fact that, you know, when they have their little reunion, Amy keeps saying, "I'm pregnant." Because the Doctor just keeps mentioning how big she is. Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." Okay.
He has a very...
And then there's just that beat where he goes, "Are you pregnant?"
Yes.
Good stuff.
He has a very fun kind of like way of describing it. We've spoken about how this Doctor like can be either incredibly sexless or very sexual.
Both,
like he's the first to jump at an innuendo, but he also seemingly is very uncomfortable about any kind of discussion of it.
He'll blush like something that blushes a lot when you flirt with him, you know? Yeah. But then sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll raise you up. There is a scene.
Hang on, no, I wouldn't have got away with that.
No, let's move past it. There's a scene in series 6 which, oh boy, gets me hot under the collar. Like, oh, you wait till we get there. It is steamy, mate. It is.
Is it? Okay.
It is sizzling. Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All this talk of appendage, Nate.
Stop.
Anyway, I like the way that the Doctor, like in that kind of him keep calling her massive, when it's finally like I don't think he ever hasn't cottoned on, but when he kind of comes to terms with Amy being pregnant, he has the most like alien view of like how to congratulate them, where he just pats Rory on the back and then kind of looks at both of them. Right, and like looks at both of them like below the chest, like he's looking downwards, and then he goes, "Huh, when two worlds collide," and I just find like that's a very funny way of describing sex, especially from an alien.
Okay,
and it comes right after him saying you're as big as a planet as well, like it's all space stuff.
Yeah. I never really thought about it that way, but okay.
It's fun. I just thought it's a fun way of him reconciling it in his head. Like, if I have to talk about this, I'm going to talk about a planet and other worlds, I guess.
Yeah, he does get uncomfortable. Bless him.
He does.
So they go on a nice little walk, which is apparently all you can do in the country. We're
talking about Upper Ledworth.
Upper Ledworth, yeah. They've gone slightly up market, as Rory says.
He's really proud of it as well. He keeps saying it.
Yeah. Not like that filthy Lower Ledworth they were in earlier, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like Lower Ledworth looked nicer.
They did be.
The houses looked bigger and like, I don't know, man. Yeah, they had a nice... We spoke about it in the weird little camera shutter sequence. They've got a really nice town centre in, I guess, Lower Ledworth.
Is that the town centre? I guess it's a town centre.
Well, that's where I know it's shut, but that's where the post office is.
Oh, so that's where the town centre must be.
No, but they've got the duck pond. Like it seems to be the local hotspot.
The two indicators of a town centre: the post office and the duck pond.
You saw it. There's a little red phone box. That's where people are making their calls.
Oh, of course, right? Yes.
Because no one has a phone in Lower Ledworth.
My God. Outrageous.
I really like the Doctor has a really fun line while Rory's describing like the perks of Upper Ledworth, and he's saying that, you know, like Amy says, this is a really nice place to live. People live to their 90s here, and the Doctor just breezes past again. Oh well, don't let that get you down.
Yeah, I like that. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Oh, it's those little throwaway lines that just make me be like, oh, that's great.
I really like that moment where they all sit down and he's like, oh, wow, this is wonderful. Look at this bench. What a lovely bench. What will they think of next? Yeah. It's good stuff, man.
He's like immediately rattled by how fucking boring it is.
He just cannot handle just being in a normal, ordinary place with nothing going on. He's riddled with ADHD. He needs to be doing something. Bless him.
I'll tell you what he should be doing, Nathan, and that's falling asleep.
Okay.
So no, let me do. You knock the wind clean out of my segues, all right?
Because you don't always need to do a segue. You can just talk to me.
Sometimes it's the cleanest way to transition.
You can just move on, mate. Fucking hell.
All right. Anyway, they all fall asleep. They nod off on the bench. This is the first indication that it's like, what's going on here?
It all was seemingly it was all just a dream. It was like me writing my stories in fucking year 6 English when me dropping the biggest twist ever, and they woke up and it was all a dream right at the end. Like, fuck yeah, they're gonna go sick for that one.
So anyway, they all fall asleep. They wake up in the TARDIS. And they all start to. I like how they don't really notice it at first, but they all start kind of talking about this dream, and it kind of takes them a second to be like, "Hang on, why do we all know this? Why? Yeah. How are we all able to jump in and out of this?"
And the Doctor describes his as a nightmare. He says it was he woke up from a horrible nightmare, and then Rory says, "All right, so what happened in yours?" And he just goes, "Oh well." It was kind of similar to yours.
Yeah. In the, everything was
the exact same. And then when he's called out on calling it a nightmare, he says, "Oh, did I say nightmare? No, I meant more of a really good mare." It's just good fun.
Amy's got this look about her that, like, as Rory's speaking, she just kind of checks the back of his hair, like, while he's just kind of, like, going off on one. And I don't know, it's just fun to see, like, that's scarred Amy, this ponytail.
Well, the Doctor's like looking at Amy's belly as well. He's like opening her little jacket that she's got going on.
They've all just eyeing each other like, what's going on here?
Well, it must be weird to just be like, first of all, to have a shared dream is very weird. But then for it to feel very real and then suddenly you're aboard the TARDIS again.
I quite like that, like, Amy and Rory come from an obvious other room from the TARDIS, but the Doctor just fell asleep on the console floor.
Yeah.
He was like, this is where I'll lay my hat, I reckon.
Yeah. Doesn't have a room.
Does he not have a room? He must have a room.
Well, he never really mentions it. Not that I know of it. Maybe he has in, like, Classic Who or something. I know there's one point where Amy directly asks him if he has a room, and he just doesn't answer.
He does it. He pulls a 10. I can't talk right now.
Yeah, maybe.
I've got a note that just says, this is the most confused by a pre-Sting I've ever been. Like,
it's good. I like it.
Yeah, you're just thrown in. Straight. Yeah. Do you remember watching this for the first time?
No.
No, I don't really have any recollection of it either, but
no.
I can imagine I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. And then there's the bird songs again, and then they wake back up in Upper Ledworth once again. And then they're like, oh, we was all just dreaming. Oh, wait. We all just said that, didn't we? And then they figured out kind of what is going on. And I think it's good when the Doctor starts like putting pieces together, like trying to like figure out they're going back and forth between these two sort of dream worlds and stuff. I think it's really it's a testament to Catherine Moorehead's work that she can make a shot of 3 people stood in a country lane look exciting. Yeah. You know, that's what it is essentially. But you know, you got the camera dramatically panning around them. It's going like in circles around the 3 of them. The Doctor's like, it's staged in a way that the Doctor's like walking back and forth, and that matches up with how the camera is moving around them and stuff. It works very well. It's like, and you've got I Am the Doctor underscoring this like little moment of them trying to piece it together, and then like we get the sting. It's exciting. It's good.
It is. It's one of them moments where like it's a tonal shift, and I like that it goes from like one's a coincidence, and the second they happens again, and the Doctor's like, trust nothing and no one until I have figured out what the fuck is happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like it. But anyway, we get the sting.
We get the sting. We're back on the TARDIS post sting. The Doctor is yelling, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and then he shouts at Amy through the glass floor. I might add, he shouts at her, "Stop talking to me when I'm cross," which I like quite a lot. I like that. And then I think as well, this is just great staging in this episode, and another reason why this console room is, I know you're going to get pissy about this, but it's an upgrade on the last one because it actually allows for interesting shots and you can actually do more with it than all just being like stood on a stage like you're in a fucking play.
I am not like, I'm not down to disparage the previous TARDIS, but I do acknowledge that it is better, more accessible and has better, less limitations. All right, calm down. Stop.
Better.
I like that he's thrown the TARDIS manual or something into a supernova or some shit, and he's booting the TARDIS.
Yeah,
I always am a fan of this when the lights go like dark on the TARDIS or the TARDIS looks in distress in some way. And this, we'll get to that again a bit later, but this is a big episode for the TARDIS looking a bit fucking disheveled. But like I was reminded of, like, remember the Paradox machine, like the big glowing red kind of caged up console. You've got this where just all the lights go dark, and given that this is such a bright and like orangey, magical, whimsical TARDIS, it suddenly just like, it just sucks all of that out of it immediately, and you're like, this is a cold, scary thing in space.
The Doctor says it's dead. The TARDIS is dead, just kaput. That's it. She's gone.
But I'm just realizing there's a lot of like jumping back and forth in this episode. We go through these chronologically, and if you're new, like, we try and keep a track of where we are and what's happening in the episode. But like, look, it's tough for this one because there is so much back and forth.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I think while they are aboard the TARDIS, Amy like says to someone that this is real. I'm definitely awake, or something to that effect. And that is like the scariest thing about this whole situation, is because like you don't know. You know, when you're in a dream, you don't know it's a dream. Even if the most absurd shit is happening, your brain makes the logic work. You know, it fills in the blanks, and you don't question the fact. You might have moments where you think, "Am I in a dream?" And then you're like, "Oh no, of course not. This feels real. This feels fucking realistic." But
it's the world you're in kind of like sets up the rules, and you're just experiencing it and you're just living it. So you would have no reason to question it. Like everything feels normal in a dream. I like that as well. It gets touched on a little bit later, but like there's a clear bias on like where characters would rather be. So like that's informing their choices, and like Rory, every time we cut back to the village, Rory's going, "No, this is definitely the one. I feel this is the real one." And it's again, we're just touching on some great character dynamics. Like, it's very interesting. But you want to get to, I mean, we kind of they do a lot of cutting back and forth, but you want to get to the entrance, the reveal of kind of what is happening here.
No.
Okay, fair enough. Then we won't.
I want to. Well, we get a few tidbits before that. We get the fact that Rory is a doctor in Upper Leavenworth.
True. Yeah.
And then the Doctor questions that. He said, "Oh, your dream job, married to your dream woman, probably having your dream baby. Like, maybe this is Rory's dream, and that would make sense." But
yeah. And Amy's kind of just stood there the entire time, and Rory's kind of like unsure as to whether it's Amy's dream as well. Because he's very much like, I mean, it's like, it's our life.
He's like, it's our dream, not my dream. And then Amy's like, "Oh, awkward."
If you say so, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, there's so many moments like that for poor Rory this week. But it's not like, I don't think it's ever as mishandled as it was, like, where the world and their mum were just making fun of him last week.
I don't think it's mishandled at all. I think it's all quite intentional, because then we get a come around. So shut up, Lawrence.
Okay, fine.
All right. We get lots of creepy old people staring out the windows.
There's something going on with the old fogies, right? Because we've already heard that they live till 90.
We need to say old fogies.
Can I not say that?
Yeah, you can. It's just sounds mean.
Yeah, but they are mean in this specific instance. They've all got. I mean, look, I'm not going to spoil it yet, but there's something going on.
You better not spoil it either.
Okay, that astonishing reveal.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all looking out the window. They're being creepy. Apart from one who has nicely given the Doctor a nice sweater.
No. You're jumping too ahead. You're jumping too far ahead.
I'm definitely not.
You are. Yeah, because they're staring out the window. They haven't gone to the old folks' home yet.
Okay, what happens after they're staring out the window?
They go to the old.
Fuck you. No, Nathan wants to cover every individual breath each character takes. All right, we'll be done with this episode in 17 hours.
No, but Amy doesn't want to run there, Lawrence, and that is relatable.
To pregnant people, I guess, or just people that hate running.
Do you want to run?
No, I don't want to run.
Exactly.
Ironically, though, I did buy a treadmill this week. It's more of a walking pad. It's not really suitable for running. It's a bit too. It's not sturdy enough for all that.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm just letting you know.
I don't care.
We're talking about running. It's a very specific niche I have this episode.
Okay, great. Why did you buy a treadmill to walk on?
Because I like walking. And I hate going out.
Go for a fucking walk. Oh,
no, because I walk the dog, but I'll walk the dog, but I don't want to get all my steps in there. You know, I'm watching movies. I'll have a little walk while I'm watching a movie. It's good stuff. You just give me the filthiest look for no reason.
You once told me that I was crazy for wanting a standing desk.
I did. I admit this.
And now and now you're out here buying treadmills so you can walk whilst watch a movie. Okay.
I want to get my steps in.
Right. But I'm crazy for wanting to occasionally stand up while I work. During my 8 hours a day that I spend sat in a chair, it's crazy for me to want to occasionally stand up for like half an hour at a time and do some work, you know?
All right, I've changed, right? I've matured since then.
Idiot.
I did say this a while ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was like a year ago, at least.
Okay, still.
At least.
It's not that long ago.
I guess not, I guess. Who shows up, Nathan?
Toby Jones.
He's here. He looks like he's in a bad kind of Doctor cosplay, which I quite like. It has this weird feel to it where it feels right, but it also feels really wrong at the same time. Because you're like, that's Matt Smith's suit. Why are you wearing that?
Yeah.
And it's not quite the same. Something's a little bit... It's like you've gone to a shop with a picture, and they've gone, we've got something very similar to that, but not quite.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you... should we do suit talk on him?
Is there much to say?
It's similar, but just a bit off.
I feel like you've already said everything there is to be said about it, really.
All right.
It's kind of just like, like an almost accurate cosplay of Matt Smith's dog. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah. Where are you at with... We don't know his name yet. Where are we at with the character that Toby Jones plays?
I mean, he says it like 5 seconds later. We can just say, okay?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to cover anyone taking breaths in between those moments.
Shut the fuck up, all right? Because you usually do this, all right? Shut up. Don't be turning this around on me, okay? But yeah, he says, if you're the Time Lord, let's call me the Dream Lord. And he's kind of influencing this whole scenario. This seems to be our villain of the piece.
It does.
Played by good old Toby Jones. What do you think of Toby Jones?
He's fun, right?
Yeah.
Like he always brings a good little energy to stuff, but he's very like...
He's Dobby.
He is Dobby.
Do you know what? Fun story. When I went to uni the first time, so before I went to the one we went to, there was this huge party at a nightclub in London, which was billed as the Harry Potter cast reunion party. Okay,
right.
And this was 2013. Okay, so JK hadn't gone off the fucking rails yet. Okay,
yeah.
I was like well into Harry Potter and all that shit then, so. It was like fucking prime time for this shit. So, all of us uni students in London, a little bit geeky, like, fuck yeah, let's go to this Harry Potter cast. Yeah, I'm gonna party with Emma Watson and Dan Radcliffe, and it's gonna be fucking sick. Yeah, let's go. We go there, so fucking excited, so pumped for again what is advertised as the Harry Potter cast reunion party.
Yeah.
Okay. And we get there and there's no one there, first of all. Okay. Yeah. And then like 2 hours or so into the actual night, the DJ like announces, everyone welcome the Harry Potter cast, and we go, yeah, let's fucking go. And then it's literally just Toby Jones who like walks out, kind of like awkwardly waves and hangs around for a bit and then just fucks off.
Oh, man.
So
this is awful, right? Because in one mind, I'm thinking like you cannot have expected like to walk in and see Daniel Radcliffe racking up shots, right?
Well, no.
But like on the flip side of it, what are they doing advertising it as that? Like,
I feel like part of me knew, like, I was like, yeah, I was letting my thoughts run away, thinking I'd be there, getting a chance to like fucking chat up Emma Watson, you know? But
Yeah, yeah.
like. But still, I think they shouldn't have billed it as the Harry Potter cast reunion party.
in London too, like you can
Yeah.
see there's some plausibility there. Not a lot, but some.
It was mad, man. It was mad. It was insane.
I love that of all the like the Harry Potter cast, and it's
Yeah.
like the only one you could have chosen where his face isn't in a single frame of Harry Potter.
People would be confused because they're like, that guy's in Harry Potter? Is he?
Yeah.
Like,
Who?
Who the fuck is he? Yeah. And then you say Dobby, they're like, what?
What did he do when he came out on stage? Just like you say, just kind of wave and
Just kind of like awkwardly waved, and then like, they played more music, and it was like some kind of like Harry Potter like dance, like fucking remix version.
And was he just stood there the whole time?
Just like pumping his fist and stuff, and like the crowd was like kind of into it and stuff. Like I think people were being polite, but no one was like, "Boo, where's fucking all this shit?" But like,
Where the fuck is the cast of Harry Potter?
yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those very weird moments.
How have I never heard this story? Like, how have you
know.
never told me this anecdote?
I've got lots of stories you haven't heard, probably.
Oh, he's a mysterious boy.
I am.
So you would say that your best mate Toby Jones in this then?
Yeah,
Is
we're
he,
good friends.
Did
We're
you,
old friends. Yeah.
did you have any interaction with him whatsoever?
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Your night has gone from laying down some Riz to Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I don't know, sinking pints with Daniel Radcliffe.
Laying down some riz to Daniel Radcliffe as well.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Or Rupert
Yeah.
Grint. No, it's not. Not be you.
No, not for me.
Oh, fair enough.
No.
What's he up to these days, Rupert Grint?
I don't know. Doesn't he like own an ice cream van or something?
Hang on. What?
I think he owns an ice cream van. Like after
Why?
Harry Potter, I don't know. After Harry Potter, he bought an ice cream van. I mean, that was like fucking 12 years ago, so I don't know. But like,
It's just in his garage now,
Yeah.
just rusted to fuck. Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't think he's doing much, is he? Last thing I saw him in was I think that Ed Sheeran video, and that was
Yeah,
like, fucking,
that's the only thing that I can think of.
yeah, and that was like fucking 12 years ago or something. So I don't know.
Oh, hang on. He's in that movie, one of the movies about a cabin, and it's in a woods. And
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, but isn't there like 8 movies with that a slight variation on that title?
I don't know.
Cabin. No, I tell you, it's not. It's. I think it's a knock or the knock at the cabin in the woods. It's got Dave Bautista in it, and I think Jonathan Groff. I may be wrong.
I haven't seen it. He's in Thunderpants. I've seen that.
Okay, good.
Have you seen Thunderpants?
Yeah, but like you unlocked a childhood memory for me there. Like I haven't
about
thought
a little
about.
boy. It's about a little boy who powers a rocket with farts.
He's got like the big baggy slacks, and like
Yeah.
you can see him. Oh god.
And Rupert Grint's a little inventor who invents him a little lunchbox to carry his farts around.
I have such faint memories of that. I remember exactly what you're talking about, but I cannot recall a single thing other than the titular Thunderpants themselves.
Yeah. Anyway, good on that boy for going to the moon with his farts or whatever.
Why did he need to go to the moon?
I don't know. I can't remember. But like NASA or some shit were like, we need you to go to the moon.
We need you to lay down some farts on the moon.
Yeah.
Establish
maybe
a
his
presence.
farts were the only thing that could launch the rocket. I don't know. Yeah. What a weird movie.
I just love that, like, these are funny to us as kids, but like a
Yeah.
group of adults got in a room and pitched this.
Yeah.
Like adults made this.
Surely there would be some point in the development process where like the director just like has his head buried in his hands. And it's just,
What
like,
am I doing?
After like the fucking 15th fart joke take of the day, he's like, I just need a minute, guys.
He finishes up his screenplay that he's been like working on his entire career, his magnum opus he wants to get off the ground so desperately, and then just answers a production meeting call about Thunderpants. Nathan, we are so not into this episode just
Yeah,
yet.
no, where was we? Toby Jones.
Yeah, Toby Jones, he's there. I like him. I think he's good. I think he has this certain like presence to him where whenever he just starts antagonizing people, it feels more mean-spirited than Doctor Who villains typically do. And that sounds crazy to say for Doctor Who villains who commonly want to blow up the world and everything else, right?
Because
And
it's quite personal, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all quite personal jabs and like very like mean insults and stuff. And I'm like, hey, leave them alone, okay? Only the doctor can make fun of Rory's nose, okay?
It's like, let's pick a character flaw and then just he's got wordplay for days. He's just absolutely laying waste to them.
Yeah.
And also the doctor's on the back foot. He's normally the wordy one.
It's true. Yeah. He's kind of caught off guard by him at first, really. It's a very creepy performance. He doesn't have physical form as such, so he can like kind of jump about the console room. He can teleport from here to there. Doctor like throws like a ball through him at one point. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good perforance. Quite sinister.
He can change his clothes to an open shirt with some chest hair,
which we'll discuss. But yes, he can do quite a lot, and it's good. It's good, fun stuff. And I really like the way it's like such a trailer line, but it's a good line. It's always stuck out to me. Is that moment where he goes, "Oh, time to sleep." Oh. Or are you waking up?
Yeah, it's a great little creep. And the way the camera's kind of like shutting the eyes with the POV. Yeah, it's good. Before he does that, he kind of lays down the parameters for the episode as a whole, which is basically...
Now he wants to detail every breath.
No, this is the episode plot, Nathan. So... essentially, the Dream Lord sets up the parameters. One scenario is real and one scenario is fake, and both have a deadly threat taking place.
And we don't know what either deadly threat is yet.
Yeah, no, we're just kind of... there's going to be a threat in one of these places, and it's kind of just like up to them to figure out, like, they can put some equal time in, or they can like just make a choice fully and commit to just dying in one reality, and then hopefully it's the right one. It's a fucking... quite a back foot that they've been put on.
Yeah, it's good. So they wake up back in the old people's home. All the old people are gone, though. They've all fucked off somewhere, and the doctor is still just sat in the chair wearing that jumper, which looks good on him, I think. This little dog jumper with one sleeve that's not finished being knitted yet and stuff.
This is Matt Smith's vibe. He's
he'd
yeah.
wear this kind of shit,
Yeah.
I really like the shot where he says like one reality was never enough for you. Take two and call me in the morning, and then he just disappears. But like the way it's shot, it's framed really well, where they do this kind of like Dutch angle lean sort of thing as Toby Jones comes into frame, and then he like just disappears, and then you just like goes to Amy and Rory looking perplexed behind him and stuff. It's very good. I've always enjoyed that shot.
It is good. Like I say, he's got this presence about him and this way of kind of his line delivery, but also everything is kind of working perfectly in tandem to just offset him as this creepy little guy who has just got a big chip on his shoulder, and he's very not happy with the doctor about something. But yeah, no, I love him. I think he's good, and his performance is solid. What's going on after this? Oh, Amy fakes her labour after she's heard one too many times the doctor call her life boring.
Well, yeah, so the doctor can't focus on the issue because he's so bored by Ledworth in general. It's eating away at his ADHD, and he just cannot fucking sit still. Yeah. It's just itching at him, and he keeps like... He literally yells just because this place is so boring. So yeah, Amy fakes a contraction, says she's going into labor, just to kind of put him in his place, really, just to put the fear of God into him and give him a little bit of a talking down, really. Which is
put the fear of God into both of them, really, because they both panic, and I love that the doctor's reaction is to kind of just like place his hands underneath Amy's skirt, like. I guess he's just assuming the baby is going to fall out, and he's like, at least I caught it.
Doesn't he say, like, oh, don't worry, we're doctors? As they both just panic.
No, he says Rory's a doctor, and Rory goes, so are you. And it's like, what are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the I like that his when Amy calls him out on it and says like, stop like fucking talking down about my life and shit. He just goes, yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, he gets well and truly told off. Yeah,
yeah, he does. And Mrs. Poggett has been a little creep.
Yeah, she's just kind of like eyeing up the field, the local field.
The field full of school children.
Yeah, it's not good from her. Is this when she turns around and just stares blankly at them?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. I don't know what it is, right? But you just like... This episode has a real good sense of making normal shit feel fucking weird. Mm-hmm. They do that obviously with a few things, throwing into people into unfamiliar scenarios. But like, yeah, there's something about old people, man. Old people staring. It like, I don't. Maybe this is mean. Maybe this is meaner than old fogies. But like, there's a certain doomy quality about it, isn't there? Just an old person staring through you.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you know? You've been alive for so long. What do you know when you look through me like this?
What secrets do you know?
Yeah. What wisdom have you not imparted? What am I not privy to?
There's like, it's like that very famous post on Reddit, which is like, someone talking about how like, as like a nurse or something, you're just not prepared for the amount of times that like old people will just confess to like decade-old murders on their deathbed and stuff.
Oh my
like
God.
that. Yeah, and just confess to the most horrible shit, like just because what's gonna happen really, you know?
Yeah.
They're on their deathbed and stuff, so
they're trying to make right with God.
Might as well fucking get to tell at least someone about this now. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucked.
Yeah.
Lord, wasn't there something about that with the? I don't know how true this was, but like a couple of years ago, apparently, like the last suspect for the Zodiac killer died or something, and I'm pretty sure like a grandkid came forward and was like, "We're almost certain it was this dude."
Didn't they find the Zodiac killer recently?
I think they thought they did, but I don't think it's ever been like, yeah, that's 100% the guy.
Or maybe I'm thinking of the Unabomber. Or something
I recently found the movie Zodiac.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
If that's what you're discussing.
It was Paul Dano.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's the Riddler, Nathan. Those are two different killers.
Could have fooled me. All right. What was I saying?
I don't know. No more tangents. Let's move.
I don't think that's a promise we can keep.
No, but it needs to be.
I don't know if it is. Clearly, the fucking weather was an absolute nightmare then when filming, because in shots, it's going from snowing to just like gloomy and overcast to raining. It's fucking all over the place. I mean, that's fucking Wales in December for you, but yeah, it was fucking all over the place, like between shots, mate.
It's a lucky episode because it's the one scenario where you could kind of just be like, it's.
Yeah,
anything's possible here.
I guess, yeah.
But at the same time, we know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, but it's just Welsh weather. You can't rely on it.
No, not at all.
Anyway, more birds.
Rory and Amy are having a conversation on the TARDIS, and I love how natural this all feels. Rory says that like they're kind of just discussing the two scenarios at large, and he's saying that he wants to settle down, and Amy says, "Yeah, absolutely, eventually." Why would I give all of this up? And it's very much showing us through that dynamic that like Amy wants what Rory wants. Yeah, absolutely. The two are in the same mind of what their end goals are. The trouble is Rory's ready for it like a week ago, and Amy is not even close to wanting it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Which I really like. It's one of them like right people, wrong time moments. And Amy, unfortunately, there's like They speak about how she was whisked away on her wedding night by another man, and kind of amongst all of that, you do remember that like this is the man from Amy's childhood, right? She hasn't grown up, and she's kind of getting out all of that energy that's within her before she wants to settle down. And Rory's maybe not down to be fully patient about it.
It's a good conversation they have. Well, like a snippet of a conversation anyway between the two of them. Yeah, Amy. Rory has this like sort of naive view about like kind of has like a naive view about his own relationship. Like he can't see the problems. He can't see that Amy's not as fully or in her own mind she doesn't think she's as fully on board or committed to it at this point. She's struggling with certain issues. And Rory's like a little bit blind to that. He just sees it as, oh no, we're both on the same page. We're going to live a happy life and get married and have kids, and it's going to be great. And there's no problem with that whatsoever. You know.
I like the dynamic because it's Rory basically confusing them loving each other for them both being on the same page.
Yeah,
about what they want for their futures, and it's
that's true.
Yeah, he's very much like, there's nothing you and me can't do together. And Amy's like, there's so much I want to do that you don't want to do, but I still love you, and this is a really tight spot for me to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's a great little thing. But anyway, device talk, Nathan. It's been a
talk.
while since we've had a device talk.
The Doctor manages to wrangle together a little generator made out of like a kitchen whisk and some string, basically.
I like that he goes and gets it from a cupboard of miscellaneous shit in the TARDIS as well.
Just miscellaneous, like fucking, like old broken down gadgets that he keeps just down below, which is good stuff. But yeah, using this little kitchen whisk gadget, they're able to get the big monitor screen up and running, and you can see they're drifting towards a cold star. Yeah,
so this is threat number... We haven't figured out what threat... We've got hints to what threat number... Yeah, TARDIS threat.
Yeah.
A cold star, is that possible? The Doctor doesn't know everything. I like that he kind of just goes off and wonders, like, why does everyone always expect me to know everything?
Yeah.
It's like, because you normally do.
Yeah.
You make a point of telling people, too.
You are kind of the voice of knowledge in this room, really.
Yeah. Like Amy and Rory should be there, like, well, we don't know. How would we know? But yeah, I like that they're just kind of slowly drifting towards it. There's that fun line about how, like, they'll probably make a collision with it within 40 minutes. And the Doctor's kind of like, yeah, but we'll be long dead before then. And it's like, oh, good. So the 40-minute is probably more realistically 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
It is very good stuff.
Anyway, back in Ledworth, all the kids are dead.
Yeah.
They're all just piles of dust. Piles of dust next to their book bags and water bottles.
Yeah. No good.
Pretty grim.
It's very grim.
Yeah.
Quite dark to just show us, like...
Quite dark, yeah.
The ashes, I guess, of, like, fucking 20 kids just scattered amongst the playground.
Yeah.
And
Rory, the Doctor is examining the charred remains of these children while Rory is like, this is the real world. This is beautiful, this life, I can tell.
Yeah.
Don't you just want to live here and spend the rest of your life in this beautiful world?
But this is what we were saying, right? Like, he's just naive to certain things. Like, he's got his... I know he hasn't, like, quite clocked onto it yet, but he is just... There's a part of him that's kind of willfully blind. And he's fucking kind of coercing's the wrong word. He's trying to convince Amy that this is what she wants to. He's kind of pushing her in this direction of, like, look at this life.
Yeah.
And tell me you don't want it. And Amy's more like just on the Doctor's wavelength of like, there's like 20 dead kids over there, dude. What's going on here?
Yeah. They're not really communicating as a couple, which they need to focus on. They need to communicate. Communication is key, people.
Absolutely.
That's how you keep relationships alive. And trust me, I am 30 and single, so I would know.
Nathan is the paragon of wisdom in this field, as you
listen
can tell.
to me, because I'll tell you how it is.
I like that they've kind of put Rory in a not a bad light, but for a couple of weeks now, people have had stuff to say about Amy and what Amy's been saying.
Yeah,
and this is way more like Rory comes off worse in this scenario because he's just. You can kind of see why Amy is keen to run away from the pressure.
I don't like this idea that one of them is in the wrong, or like any of them. I don't think any of them. Okay, Amy made a little mistake. Okay, She made. I would argue that was more Stephen Moffat's mistake than hers. Okay,
yeah, but Amy doesn't know who Stephen Moffat is.
I know
Nathan.
she doesn't. Okay, but Amy made a little mistake. Okay, but there was a lot going on. All right, it was. Yes. She had just escaped certain death. There was aliens, and it's the night before her wedding. Emotions are running high. Okay, she fucked up. Okay, she's not a bad person. Okay,
no, but you do get to see. It's not even just like necessarily who's worse this week, because that would be a very tiring fucking game.
Yes,
for an audience member. But like, it's you see more of their relationship because Rory's not being chased by vampires and on the back foot and wondering what's going on this week. He's kind of. Has time to talk to Amy seriously and have adult conversations. And you do get a sense that there's a lot of pressure that Amy is under 24/7 with this dude.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's very much like, I would get the impression that like they'd just be sitting down of an evening and Rory would be like, when are we buying a house then? So kids, what do you think? Like, it doesn't justify Amy's actions, but it shows you a deeper understanding of their relationship and their dynamic as a pair. where you kind of understand why Amy is so desperate to run. Because when all of that kissing stuff happened, the only context we had for Rory was, this seems like a genuinely nice guy. That's it. Like, that's pretty much all we knew about him.
And his nose. Which everyone has something to say about.
Yeah. I got a very rude note.
There was a fun moment in Doctor Who Confidential. I don't know if you watched it, but where Arthur Darvill found out that whenever Matt Smith in scenes, whenever he's talking about Rory, he always does the nose joke, and he didn't know that up until that point. So they just kind of had a moment of him going, "Oh,
that's rude,"
which is quite funny.
That is funny, yeah. Oh, poor Arthur Darvill, man. Like, even Rory and him just getting shit on.
Yeah.
I've got a note that says, I'm not sure if this comes, like, right after or if they're in Ledworth or the TARDIS at this point.
I'll tell you, because I know.
Okay. There is only one person in the universe that hates the Doctor as much as the Dream Lord does.
They're in Ledworth. Okay. I paid attention.
So there's just a lot of jumping about, all right?
No, it's fair. So a big group of old people rock up. This big like army of old people on the Zimmer frames and everything rock up. And then while the Doctor is making his way towards them, Toby Jones, the Dream Lord again, once appeared. He's having some fun. He's telling them to throw themselves under a bus to find out which one is the real world, which one is the dream, and that kind of stuff. He's having a lot of fun driving up the tension between Rory and the Doctor. Making them be more divided and apart. It's good fun stuff. But yeah, then the Doctor says he knows who he is. There's only one person in the universe who hates me as much as you do. And then what I really like is they both have this kind of like just knowing smile. They like Toby Jones, like he looks at him and like gives him like, oh yeah, you do know. You figured it out.
Yeah,
good
you've
for
sussed
you.
it, yeah.
Good for you. And this immediately gets you intrigued because it's like, oh, who is the Master? Is it the Master? Is it Davros? No.
It's not Davros, no.
I don't know, but it gets you asking questions. It gets you wanting to know who this is and what is going on here.
Is it Tim from the...
It's not Tim, okay?
Incredible season 3 throwback from me. Yeah, I do like this. I like that there's this kind of... There is that knowing glance between them both of like... It's the first time the Dream Lord seems like he's gone, oh, okay, fair enough. I underestimated you a little bit here. Yeah, it's... What do you... Oh, I guess... No, we'll save it till later because who he is and where he comes from and everything else is kind of later on.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, the oldies have got a little thing inside them.
Little aliens. Little green alien eye in their mouth.
So they're just inhabiting old people, keeping them alive?
Yeah. Well, he says, like, the Doctor says, like, you know, the people in this village, they live... I think he says, like, oh, I'm sorry, Rory, I don't think you're the one who's been keeping them alive.
Nullifies his entire job. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've been inhabited by this alien who, like, lost its home world or some shit, so now it just lives in old people here. And has been living a mostly peaceful life up until today, I guess, where he just decides to take over the whole fucking town. But it's a dream, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is what I like about it, right? Because at first I had that same opinion of just like, there's a few moments where like Amy is suddenly like, why the fuck are they trying to kill us so much? And the Doctor's like, I don't know, they're angry and they're scared or whatever, and that breeds chaos. But like realistically, it's just that there was a threat needed.
Yeah.
So like this is
it's not real.
Yeah.
So
why wouldn't they just attack you?
Yeah, it's kind of genius in that way because any plot hole in it, you can just go dream.
Yeah, fuck
Dream.
you. It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense because it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
The ultimate writer's position to be in.
Yeah. Fucking CinemaSins ding that one, you cunts.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. It's impossible. But they've got some creepy green gas going on.
Yeah, they fucking murk that postman.
He just walks past like, hey guys.
Morning.
Yeah.
Just gets fucking dunzoed, mate. Gone.
I like that was purely just to show like, we'll kill you. We'll kill this guy. We don't give a fuck either. Like,
we can do this. Don't fucking test us. Well done, 47. Good kill. I've been playing a lot of Hitman recently.
Okay, right. Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, hang on, I know that. Where's that? What one are you playing? Which one?
Hitman 3.
I like Hitman 3.
Yeah, but I've been like kind of playing all of them because they're like all in Hitman 3. No.
With it all in. Oh, you can like access all the old games.
Yeah, like they're all in Hitman 3. Yeah.
I don't like that. I hate that kind of interface.
I mean, it's all the games in one, so.
No, but like, I don't know, but Call of Duty does it, right? Where they're like...
Yeah, but Call of Duty do it badly, I think.
They do it so badly, it hurts. You go into like, I don't know, Modern Warfare 1, and it's like, you want to play the campaign for the third one? And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll swap naturally between them. I've got this installed, why not? And it's like, you have to install the third game.
I'll pay 80 quid for this 4-hour game.
Why do I talk to you? Why do I have fun? Right?
You love Call of Duty. This is your favorite franchise.
It's not my favorite franchise.
You love the War Crime Simulator 12 or whatever.
Fuck, you say this like it's a hilarious joke and not the point. It's not a War Crime Simulator.
It is the War Crime Simulator. You love it.
Fuck you. Anyway, I don't know if this is a dated line or just silly or intentionally silly. But Rory, there's an old woman. Rory's trying to get back to his cottage. Right.
There is the most hilarious old woman ever. Okay?
Yeah.
Because just the blank look on her face as she's walking up that street. Yeah, I can't explain it. I don't know why, but it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
She looks like she doesn't know where the fuck she is. And it makes me laugh so much.
There is a part of it where like I know this didn't happen, but they all the old people look so kind of out of the loop about what's happening that like it does make you wonder if they just pulled up to a fucking like an old nursing home and was like, get
Love
in.
you. Yeah.
We need them for 5 minutes and we'll bring them back. Yeah.
They're not actual actors. They're just like they just stumbled into this village and went, right, you get in.
Oh, we'll give them a sandwich and we'll send them back. All right,
we're gonna make TV. No, yeah, this little order. Rory says, Rory claims that this old woman loves him because he fixed her depression.
Yeah.
Okay, is this what you was gonna get at?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I have some questions here, Lawrence.
Same. Yeah.
If you might permit me, because Rory has apparently had some kind of breakthrough that needs to be documented. Can you fix depression?
No.
I mean, I've suffered with it for 30 years. Fucking no one told me.
No, but you haven't met Rory, Nathan.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
That's where you've been going wrong this whole time.
Medical marvel that is Dr. Rory.
Yeah. Very modest in his lifestyle of a cottage in Upper Ledworth as well, for the man that fucking can cure mental illness.
No one told me that apparently it could be fixed by a man with a ponytail. If I'd have known that, bloody hell, I'd have sorted this out a long time ago. But also, at the same time, dream.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Can't even.
I like the concept that in his dreams, Rory is the best doctor to ever live. And like a very sad and down in the dumps old woman comes into his office, which I guess is also a psychiatrist's office as well now. Like, just wanders on in, and Rory's like, you know the fucking the Yoda and Anakin scene in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin's like, I've been having dark thoughts. And Yoda's like,
don't worry about them, mate.
Don't. Have you tried not being a bitch?
Yoda, I've been struggling with some really dark thoughts lately. I think they're actually quite influential and they're going to cause a lot of pain. And Yoda's just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Look, if someone dies, don't worry.
No, it's just, you shouldn't do that. That's you can do the dark side if you do that. And he's like, yeah, I know, that's why I'm here. And he's like, well, stop it then.
Stop.
We all know the problem. Why don't you just stop?
So many problems in that universe could have been avoided if the Jedi Council just had therapists.
Yeah. And who would have thought you might have needed it from a fucking like 10-year-old boy you ripped away from his mum, and then like just condemned her to still be a slave. Yeah. Let's not address that. Yeah.
And then he went back to his home planet and slaughtered an indigenous race. Do you not think at that point maybe you want to have a talk with this guy? Maybe you want to check in, see if everything's okay.
He's white with a lightsaber, Nathan. He's troubled, all right? He's one of them, don't come into school tomorrow, kids. Oh, God. It's a dated reference.
It is, yeah. I would include that myself.
No, yeah, okay, fair enough. Anyway, yeah, so I like that Rory is just kind of in his dreams the best doctor in the world. I think all these people love me. I keep people alive longer than they should be alive, and I can cure depression with a click of my fingers.
It's good stuff. I fucking love the way, like, he can't hit this old woman because it's an old woman, all right? And then I love the way, I'm so obsessed with the way Amy just completely unbothered and more annoyed than anything just goes, whacker! Just like, stop being a fucking idiot and just hit that old woman.
It's an old woman with some creepy little thing. But this is the thing though. Do you remember when that Captain Marvel clip dropped of just Captain Marvel just fucking slapping the shit out of an old granny?
Absolutely clocking that old lady.
Just gets
good stuff.
Like the granny just gets fucking bodied after it gives her the nicest smile. Like it's designed to be like a clutch of pearls kind of. Oh gosh, and like. They don't really pull the punch either. Like Rory twats her with a log, and she just fucking half stumbles into a bush.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's a good fall. It's very funny.
It's great to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of, nope, didn't have a segue for that one.
Great. See, you don't need to do it all the time.
You miss all of the shots you don't take, Nathan.
Shut the fuck up.
The Doctor is Mr. Cool. Who calls him Mr. Cool?
Rory.
That's all right. And then it just hard cuts to Matt Smith stumbling like he's had 11 pints down the local. Like,
so he's running down a country lane, struggling to stay awake whilst being chased by a group of old people on Zimmer frames and crutches, which is just a hilarious sight in itself. And Matt Smith has this just very comical, just like half asleep, half awake run and stuff. He's like falling and then he's picking himself back up and stuff. He's a very physical actor, Matt Smith, and he does it quite well. Even in like if you see like clips of like the table read throughs of the script, he's like he's throwing himself all about the place while he's sat in a chair. So like he's having a lot of fun with it.
I like the read through for the 11th hour. You see bits of it in that episode's Confidential, where like he's speaking to Caitlin Blackwood, Amelia, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like speaking to her, and she's obviously a little girl at the time, and he's just kind of like he has lines directly to her, but because Karen Gillan is like second on the call sheet, I guess, and she's next to Matt Smith, he's just like he's like draping himself over Karen Gillan to like direct these lines to Amelia Blackwood, and it's very, he's very. Blackwood. What did I say?
Amelia Blackwood.
You can see where I went wrong.
She plays Amelia Pond. Her name is Caitlin Blackwood.
They are one in the same, Nathan,
no,
for me.
It's not true.
He's got a very great jelly legs run. He looks very silly, and to cut that right after calling him Mr. Cool, very fun.
Good stuff. Good stuff. He runs into a butcher's.
Yeah, and the question I have for you is the Moff against vegetarians?
Not really, because first of all, Stephen Moffat didn't write this.
Yeah, well, he had a hand. All right.
No, Stephen Moffat didn't write this.
He's overseeing it, Nathan. This is always my argument.
You can't say.
I won't be wrong.
You are. Okay. And also, it's a fucking simple, off-the-cuff line by the villain in the episode. Why does that mean he's against vegetarians?
He calls them wusses. It's mean.
And he's also the villain in the episode. He's not going to say nice things about everyone, is he?
So we've circled back round to the Moffs as being pro-vegetarian.
No, I don't know what the fuck you're on about. What point are you trying to make here?
No, I'm just going to say that he said it. That's all.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Having a sweet.
No, stop it. You know when you're not editing, you can be a dick, all right? Stop.
We're a little one.
Fuck's sake. I'm keeping that in. It's not going to be tidy, all right?
We better be.
No, you'll see. Well, when it goes up, it'll go up, so.
Better be up on time.
It'll be up on time. Don't you worry about that. There's a fun line, ice can burn, sofas can read. I quite like.
I have that one too. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It is. So they
That's because they're back on the TARDIS.
Yeah, they've kind of, after some kind of finger in ear action, the Doctor's trying to block out the bird sound.
No, yeah, but
such an innocent sentence, Nathan, to anyone other than you.
No, but I heard finger in, and yeah.
Well, you shut off at the wrong place then. That's not me.
Finger in ear is what you said to me.
Fuck's sake.
I don't know what you're into, but hey.
Oh, dear Lord.
The Doctor locks himself into a cupboard so he can have a little nap because he's been chased by old people.
I'd never really considered that like the threats will just keep going while they're not there.
Yeah, because they're happening in real time. So like it's not kind of like, you know, that like Inception idea where time moves differently in the dreams and stuff. It's more so like, no, however long you spend on the TARDIS, that same amount of time is passing back in Ledworth. So like, if you're surrounded by old people who can kill you whilst you fall asleep, then whoa.
You better get somewhere safe.
Yeah, because your body's still there. So
I like the here you've got as well. Before we jump back onto the TARDIS, this is one of them kind of fun little moments where he's just Toby Jones is dressed as the butcher.
Yeah,
and he's like, come on in. He's saying to people to like go and have a butcher's back there, and it's just like, oh, he's having a good time and he's being silly, and I like it.
Lots at stake.
Yeah, lots of steak. That's just what I'm saying. He's got these topical puns, and he's good at them. He's like a bad prop comic. Like he's just a bad kind of prop comic.
Like you.
No, I'm not. What does that mean?
I don't know. You make bad jokes a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't have a prop. I'll just say I'm loud and proud.
Yeah.
And then I'll just sit there and force everyone else to sit there in silence too.
Yeah.
Until I concede.
As the Doctor says, they need to decide which world is real and which is the dream. Rory thinks it's Ledworth. The Doctor thinks it's the TARDIS. And then he's like, but are we disagreeing or competing? And Amy asks them, like, oh, competing for what? And they both just look at her. And then she's just like, oh, fucking idiots.
Yeah. Men.
Yeah, literally.
I love this, right? Because it's a great line. And it's the thesis of the episode, which is why I think it's certified banger status, right? It's not just like everything works to just this idea. It's what does Amy prefer as a lifestyle? What would she choose? And it all comes down to kind of this decision of like the Doctor and Rory both have a bias. It can only be Amy's choice, hence the title of the episode. She's the only one that would have an impartial opinion on this. Yeah, I love it. It's a great conversation, and it just sums up like what this whole thing is about, basically.
She takes some blankets and cuts them up into little ponchos for them, so they can stay warm, so they can wear the blankets.
Where are you at with the poncho?
Good, it's good stuff. I love the line where she just puts them on them and goes, "Oh, my boys, my poncho boys."
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Amy, stop calling these men your boys.
They are her boys.
Yeah, I know, but this is a larger problem.
No, they are her boys, though.
I know, and I guess.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing's necessarily wrong with it. Let's not feed into the idea that these are Amy's boys.
They are her boys, though. So I don't know what your issue is. Right. What's your issue with them being her boys?
No, I can't think of the way to phrase it. I know what I'm saying, and I'm right in my head.
I'm glad you do, because no one else fucking does.
Right in, everyone.
Well, no, what do you mean? Tell me.
I can't describe it. I can't figure out a way to vocalize it. I don't know. Just the whole thing is it's coming down to this. Like they're competing and fighting over their biases and where they would prefer Amy to be. And Amy's like, "Oh, fucking idiots," and walks off.
Does that mean they can't be her boys?
No, they could be her boys. Amy's not at fault in this scenario. I'm just saying I think the notion of continuously telling these two men that they are both her boys.
They are her boys, though.
Yes, but it might be counterproductive to this clear choice that needs to be made in this episode.
That's their problem.
I'm not saying it's not.
I don't like this.
Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. What else is going on?
The Doctor and Rory fall asleep, but Amy stays in the TARDIS this time.
Yes.
The Dream Lord switches things up. He lets Amy stay awake so he can have a little chat with her whilst Rory and the Doctor get sent back to Ledworth.
Yeah. This is where he gets his chest hair out.
Not yet, no, because we go to Ledworth first.
Oh, this is where the stairs are going on. So Rory's dragging Amy up the stairs. I find it really cute that he's apologizing after each kind of bump that she receives.
Yeah, fair play to the guy. He's got to carry a pregnant woman up the stairs while she is completely unconscious. Like, have you ever tried to move like a person, just like
when someone's dead weighting?
Yeah, dead weight. It's almost impossible. You need like 4 strong guys to lift a person, mate. Yeah,
it's one of them because everything just flops.
Yeah,
right. Just like you just can't get a grip on anything.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I do like that this episode is, for a while, it's been deliberately showing the Rory as kind of less intimidating than the Doctor. Like, Matt Smith has that great line earlier when the Dream Lord starts picking on Amy. He says, like, leave her alone, and he stares him down, and he's threatening. And Rory immediately follows it up with, like, yeah, back off, or whatever it is. And he's immediately like, doesn't quite have the same effect, mate, but appreciate you trying. But ultimately, this is great, right? This is him doing what he should be doing. The Doctor's off kind of figuring out something, but he's there kind of standing over, watching over Amy, getting her to a position of safety while she is completely vulnerable.
Yeah. I think it's a nice little scene. And I also like that he takes her to their baby's room, the nursery. He takes her to the nursery.
Don't.
Close the door, and he just has a sweet little moment where he just looks at the crib and stuff.
Mate, it gets me so
They've gone for
sad.
a neutral yellow, though. Big mistake.
Yeah, that is a horrendous colour, yeah.
Awful. You can't be doing neutrals, man.
Yeah.
It's like, this is why you should just find out, mate. Who cares, man? Just fucking find out.
Yeah, I've never ever understood that. Like,
we wanted to wait. Why? It's gonna be one or the other, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I'm gonna.
Coin.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, what?
Also, and then like, or just fucking paint it one or the other, and then be like, oh no, we painted it pink, but it's a boy. And
yeah, exactly.
All right, I guess he's gay now.
He can't even set foot in that room lest he is gay.
I was gonna say, I've got a pink office, but then I thought,
hang on, this doesn't dispel the notion.
I'm proving the point.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm in the process of like getting ready to move.
Okay. Are you going to tell me this?
Yeah, you knew I was. Stuff was going on.
I did. So I just forgot about your life.
No, but the point I'm making is that like I'm currently looking at like a nice kind of color scheme, and I think a blush pink is very nice.
It is.
So yeah, just be a bit secure in yourself.
Yeah.
Colors don't make you gay, and also there's nothing wrong with being gay.
Yeah. So shut up, Rory. Paint your room a fucking different color than yellow. Yellow's gross. Who wants their baby to live in a fucking piss room? You know?
This has circled back round from us being like, Rory is a caring husband and a man who is excited for a baby that, alas, he will never see.
To toxic masculinity.
Yeah, to Rory being like, is Rory homophobic because he likes yellow?
Confirmed.
Anyway, look, I don't often brandish my ally card, but there it was, everyone.
Oh, God.
Nathan, please press the round of applause button.
No, I won't. Anyway, go on.
So I like that Rory's kind of standing over Amy, keeping her safe. Maybe a bit of foreshadowing, who's to say?
Maybe, who knows?
Who knows? But the Doctor is right. The 11th Doctor loves driving, and he's capable at it, if you've noticed.
I mean, okay. I don't know if we have enough evidence to say he loves driving. Okay,
how many cars did 9 and 10 drive collectively?
I don't think any. Okay,
and in half a season, how many cars has 11 driven?
None, technically.
Okay,
he's driven
fine.
A fire engine and a VW camper van. Okay,
he's getting in all of the experiences. He says, "How does this one feel on the open road?"
Look, he's 907. I'm sure, well, probably older for spoiler reasons, but I'm sure he's figured out how to drive at some point, okay?
Yeah, I guess, but still. Yeah, so anyway, he's in a minibus. He's collecting the townsfolk who are scared of the rise of the OAPs.
Yeah. This is where I was like, what is going on? Like, why are these monsters just attacking everyone and stuff? Why are they invading the whole village today? I know, and I get it, and that's the answer. It's a dream. Yeah?
I do like that, like, just for episode convenience sake, just like there's no other people here other than OAPs, and just why are there other folk? Just
I like getting a shot of the Doctor taking the time to help people, though.
That's true.
Like, it's still like everything's going on a mile a fucking minute, and he's like fucking two worlds are fucking about to end, but he still needs to take the time to help people.
He's found a minivan he can cram the entire fucking town into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do like that it's like no one has any idea what to do. They're all kind of these country bumpkin folk that are just like, they're standing there by their little fucking picket fence gates, and there's old people coming towards him. They're like, get behind me, son. I have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes his way to Amy and Rory's, though, to their lovely country village. I guess he knows the way around. Dream, whatever.
Yeah, he's figured it out, Dream.
Where am I here? Sorry. So yeah, back on the TARDIS. The Dream Lord is serving Jackie Tyler with a certain apparel and saying the line, "Anything can happen."
Yeah, it's Randy. It's a Randy show.
It's horny, Lawrence.
It is. I don't know where I sit with this. Not in terms of like I don't like it or I have a strong take on it, but like given that we know that this man is based on the darkest recesses of a certain character's mind, where do we go with this? What does this tell us?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Like you just said, it's based on the darkest recesses. You know.
Yeah. True.
Like I think it's normal for someone to have intrusive thoughts that they just don't necessarily. That doesn't mean that this person is like, oh, I want to fuck her, you know?
Yeah,
like,
true. Yeah,
it's
the notion of he has a pair of eyes.
You're an attractive person. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're too sensitive these days.
Yeah, Nathan is PC culture gone mad.
You're a little snowflake. That's what you are.
I'm scared of being cancelled.
You're a woke snowflake.
I'm aware that this is just an archive of things that I say. That's what a podcast is, an archive of things I have once said.
Lawrence is trying to turn this podcast into wokery nonsense.
No!
I won't stand for it.
Did you see that fucking tweet about a casting announcement of Doctor Who? And it's just, it's quite literally just... what's the actor's name that's been announced?
Veranda. I don't know. They're quite familiar.
I can't remember, but
Lady Veranda.
A new companion has been announced for Doctor Who, right? And this is a person of color. And this guy just on Twitter just saying, "Woke, diverse garbage, unwatchable." It's like
Verada Sifu.
Yeah. Yeah,
woke garbage because it's a black guy and I believe a South Asian actress who. Okay, and that's what woke is. That means it's bad. So just taking notes here, just so we're clear. Woke equals not white. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that woke?
Yes, that's absolutely woke.
And that means bad. Okay.
It does.
So,
yeah.
Woke equals not white, and that is bad. So not white equals bad. Got it.
Yeah, it's
not racism.
Yeah, but it's just one of them scenarios where you're just like, you've told on yourself so hard, dude. What was the point? It's such a grifting situation. Worst thing is,
I hope they all fucking die.
This is the worst thing about it, right? Because I don't have a single shred of respect for any of them, but it's at least something to at least have a sturdy opinion, right? And be consistent with it. But they don't even believe it. They just say it because other people think it. And then they'd be like, oh, we really think this. Everything that we've ever watched is bad. Can you believe that? We've never enjoyed a single thing. Like, come on. Fuck. Oh, God, I hate those fucking pricks.
The internet was a mistake.
Yeah, it was. And YouTube, stop fucking... Like, the other thing that fucks me off is every now and again you'll see one of those videos and it's like, anyway, if you want to build a fucking website, go to Squarespace. I'm like, Squarespace, stop. Stop funding this.
Yeah.
I know that you don't know who these people are and you've just dispersed the marketing YouTube budget to whoever the fuck answers an email. But stop. Anyway, so the Dream Lord is Randy.
He's horny. Stop saying... I don't like you saying Randy.
What is wrong with Randy?
It sounds gross. I don't like it.
Sounds better than horny.
No, horny sounds better.
I'd rather be horny than...
Randy sounds like CD. Like I think you're about to commit a crime if you're Randy. Okay?
No, you could just be a bit...
it sounds like some creep rubbing his hands together, watching me through a window.
What, horny doesn't?
No, horny sounds wholesome.
Horny is the least wholesome word on the planet.
All right, yeah, fair. Wholesome was probably the wrong choice of words.
Yeah. Oh, he's horny.
Well, yeah, but people can be horny for each other. People aren't randy for each other.
I think people can be randy.
Randy is a solo activity. Randy is someone on their own rubbing their hands together, fucking committing all sorts of crimes.
I can see where you're coming from, but I'm too far down this rabbit hole now. I win. I'm right.
You've never won, ever.
That's fair.
And that's why.
Yeah. I'll just concede.
Yeah.
I do not care enough. Yeah, Rory cuts off his ponytail in an incredible show of devotion for Amy.
Oh, he was talking about the Dream Lord a minute ago.
Yeah, but he's just being horny, isn't he? He's being randy.
He's horny, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, Rory cuts off his ponytail.
Okay, great.
Would you have anything else to say?
Well, yeah, because he's stoking the flames even more. I think it's interesting. He's asking Amy if she would really pick a bumbling country doctor over this handsome, exciting adventurer that she's been traveling the stars with.
It is interesting that he does kind of just push on this, and he sows the seeds of doubt. He's saying, like, of all of the, like, did you really think you were the first? Like, do you think you're the only person in the world the Doctor has ever trusted and relied on? Like, you're not even.
She knows she's not. We've seen that scene where she is sort of the other companions.
Well, yeah, exactly, and
Minus the metal dog.
Yeah, the TARDIS betrays him by deliberately not showing any men that have ever been in the TARDIS. But yeah, no, it's sowing the seeds of doubt, even if it's not necessarily entirely truthful, because there is a bond and there is a trust between them both. But it's the Dream Lord just being like, you have no fucking idea who this man is, and he's your savior. I'm not sure about that. I think your faith is misplaced.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, Rory cuts off his ponytail.
And good.
Awful decision, I think.
No, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he should have rocked the mullet, I reckon. Just look like a young Australian guy, you know?
yeah.
Rock the mullet.
When he cuts it off, it's still the mullet intact.
It is, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
If anything, he's just had a haircut.
Yeah.
He's had a chop.
And also, it's not even, because it was like, he cut it whilst it was like, in the ponytail and stuff, so you're gonna have to get a professional to take care of that.
Yeah, well, if he has the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing he dies immediately after.
Yeah, he's gonna get a real fucking chop down in a second, so I wouldn't be too concerned if I were him.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about it, right? Because I'd cried.
Rory gets murked.
Yeah. Do you cry?
Dies. I didn't this time. I have, but I didn't this time.
I mean, it's just the way that he's in the nursery.
Yeah.
Of his unborn child's room, and he just looks around, and you know how much he's been pining after this life the entire episode, like being willfully ignorant to anything other than how idyllic this future is to him. And he just looks around, and he tells Amy he's not ready, and then in his like dying words he says to look after their baby, and like there's something about how Rory has full context. Rory knows full well that this might not be a real scenario, but he's devoted enough to the idea that it's real that he spends his dying breath and his final words to his wife saying, like, an act of, this is a surefire situation. Our baby will be born.
Yeah.
I'm gone, but you need to look after this life. And I don't know, there's something so precious about how it's like he believes in it so much more than any other outcome.
It's very beautiful, and I think it's also equally as beautiful with Amy's reaction, because she's obviously distraught and obviously does not want this at all, and this is like, ironically, a big wake up call for Amy. This moment.
Massively.
This is like what kind of sets things in stone for her and helps her realize stuff. What I really enjoy about it is she says to the Doctor to save him, to bring him back. And obviously the Doctor can't. He can't do that, and he just says, "I can't always do that. I'm sorry." And then she just, like, with so much hatred and vitriol, just says, "Then what is the point of you?" And it's so brutal and harsh, and it's like that image of her imaginary childhood friend who can do no wrong and is the most wondrous man in the world and can save galaxies and planets and all this stuff. All of that has just been shattered, and now he's absolutely nothing because he couldn't save Rory. And fair enough. And I think it's exactly what she needed at that moment.
I think so too, and there is this reframing of it, because although it's not been as clear cut as this has been supposedly Amy choosing between two lifestyles led by two completely different men in her life, and she's lost one of them now. The choice has been made for her. And she's very quickly, that realization has dawned that this was not the choice she would have made. And maybe she didn't know that herself. Like you said, it's a wake-up call. But this scenario of, like, she's been left with only one option, and the option is this guy, and how far he's fallen from the pedestal she had him on 5 minutes prior is unbelievably earth-shattering.
Yeah.
And you kind of see the Doctor knowing that as well. He's just kind of filled with guilt over the whole thing. And it's not his fault. It's just a very complicated set of circumstances for them all.
So she kills him.
Yeah. And I do you know what? I'm all for this. I'm all for the Doctor the Dream Lord just giving the Doctor this fucking
I love that moment. I love when they go into the camper van, they get in the van, they don't say anything, but the Dream Lord just staring at the Doctor, and the Doctor just having that kind of unsure look on his face, like he doesn't know what's about to go down here. He isn't 100% sure about this.
But it's not his call. That's the thing. No. He's proven himself useless in this scenario.
This could be it. But hey, it's something they got to explore. I do think driving a VW van at 4 miles an hour into a house wouldn't necessarily kill them, okay? And especially because it was given probably about a 10-meter run up to the house. So I don't know if that's doing the job. Dream, whatever, who cares?
It probably wouldn't have gone through the fence.
No, it probably would just like bumped off the fucking the door.
And also like they don't even aim it for like a sturdy part of the house. They don't go for a wall. They go for the porch.
Yeah.
And like at an angle which is kind of half open. It's like one of you is pretty unscratched from this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what though, just before we move away from that moment, I absolutely love that it kind of we've said a lot about the taunting of the Dream Lord to Amy and Rory, but throughout the entire episode he's been jabbing at the Doctor as well, saying, you leave people, saying you check up on your friends is a farce. You leave people, you forget about them. As soon as they've grown out of you. And then again, that hits harder because the Doctor is a childhood fad for Amy, essentially. He's the imaginary friend. I love that there's this, almost as much as the Doctor can in that scenario, there's a rebuttal to that's like, I'll die for this woman. And if she thinks that like this is the way out of this, she could be wrong, but my full trust is in her. And if she kills us, and we're dead. But I'm doing it on her terms. And that's kind of that stare. I think there's a specific reason why the Dream Lord has been so fucking mouthy the entire episode and is very uncharacteristically quiet. And it's, they might die. He might get what he wants. But it's not kind of the satisfying end he wanted. He wanted them to be absolutely bamboozled and tricked. I like that. Yeah, it's in a very shit moment for the Doctor, he still finds some sort of win.
I don't know if it necessarily is. I don't know if the Dream Lord necessarily did want them bamboozled and tricked, but we'll talk about that more in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, they wake up on the TARDIS. It was all okay. It was a dream. Nothing else to worry about. It's all
we're all good now.
All good. They're all covered in frost. They got a bit
frozen
of frost covering them all.
TARDIS.
Yeah, the TARDIS is completely frozen over. I did see in the confidential while they were filming this scene, Arthur Darvill actually fell asleep on the TARDIS. He was down there for so long, in between takes or whatever. He actually just fell asleep.
That's easily done. You can forgive that.
Yeah, it can be done. It's good stuff. But yeah, they all wake up. They're all alive. Happy days. All good.
I like this. And they have this resolution. Amy's obviously extremely happy to see Rory awake and alive.
Yeah.
And they're just having this kind of off exchange. It's very much like a cute coming together moment for them. They're kind of...
Oh, and the Dream Lord is like, oh, you won. Fair's fair.
Yeah.
See you later. He's like kicking rocks as he walks away slowly. He's like, oh, okay, you beat me. Fair's fair. I guess that's little old me all done with, and then just disappears again.
Off I go. I guess nothing else is at play here.
Yeah.
Oh well. But I love the absolute nonchalant way the Doctor. Amy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going to blow up the TARDIS."
And she's like, "What?"
Yeah, and there is no time to discuss it.
But yeah, no, the Doctor figures it out. He realizes both worlds were dreams. The Dream Lord doesn't have dominion over the real world. He can't actually affect that. So it makes sense that the Cold Star and everything is also dreams. There were two dreams to choose from, basically.
Yeah. I feel like I should have remembered this, and also just as an adult should have understood this while watching it.
Did you not remember this?
I didn't remember this twist. I didn't remember that they were both dreams.
Oh, okay.
And I'm ashamed to say that while watching it, when he was like, "That's me done," I was like, something seems off here. But the rules are the rules, and this checks out. They did win. This is the real scenario.
As we know, in Doctor Who, villains always play by the rules.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm there just like, I feel like as an adult and just with a shred of media literacy, I should have been able to be like, something's off here.
You should have picked that up. Yeah.
Alas.
So they wake up on a real TARDIS. So all the snow is gone, all the frost is gone. All safe and sound. The Doctor's holding some psychic pollen in his hand. So this is what was causing all the issue. It fell into the time rotor, heated up, induced a dreamlike state, he says, which is what kind of caused the whole...
They all got stoned, basically.
Basically, yeah. They got space high. They were tripping for a little bit. And, they just had a bit of a shared bad trip, I guess.
So this is obviously the definitive who the Dream Lord is, or what, at least where he derives from and how he came to be in the TARDIS in this scenario. What do you make of this reveal, the psychic pollen, and it just being like we said earlier, the darkest recesses of the Doctor's mind it was based on?
Well, we never said that. Now we're saying that.
But we inferred. We knew what we were talking about.
It's the Doctor. The Dream Lord is the Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. But
which I think is interesting.
I like it, and I find it interesting. I think the psychic pollen stuff is a bit... I don't know. I know it's a bit have your cake and eat it too, but there's a part of me that would have been interested if this was... And I know this sounds so lame to say it, but like this could have been like a future incarnation that is just way out of line, just way fallen so far from...
Kind of already done that in Doctor Who.
With who? Is this classic or?
Yeah, classic, the Valeyard. Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying this would be a wholly original. That's why I'm saying I think it's lame. It wouldn't be a wholly original idea. I just think Toby Jones could fucking crush it as a Doctor that like similar to... We won't expand on this because we're not there yet, but like a curator type vibe, someone who's revisiting old versions of himself, and maybe something's happened in his life where he's jaded and revisiting some happy times for the Doctor, and just is so bitter that isn't what he is anymore, and therefore, I don't know, just like because did you know what I mean?
No, not really. I think you're dumb. I think it's great. No, I think it's good. I think the psychic pollen is just a way to bring it about, really. It's not like the psychic pollen was the villain. The psychic pollen just allowed the incident to happen. That's all. Psychic pollen was the gateway for the incident. It was still part of the Doctor. It was still the Doctor's, his mind, which caused this whole sort of scenario, basically, and it did show us the darkness, but not entirely, because when you start to think about it, you can sort of see like everything the Dream Lord is saying as kind of like, because when I was watching it today, I watched it twice, and today's the second time I watched it, and I was going through the scenes in particular where he's talking to Amy about making her, about like how would she really pick a bumbling country doctor over this handsome young man. You can kind of see it as like him intentionally provoking Amy to help her get to that choice, to be mean on purpose, to put her on the track to reconnecting with Rory. Because I think because the Doctor isn't like, I want to be with Amy. He's not his desire at all. Yeah. He wants Amy and Rory to be together in a happy life. He just wants them to also still be in the TARDIS and be his friend. That's all,
Yeah.
But I think he's kind of, at least subconsciously, there's a part of his subconscious that's helping Amy come to that decision, I think.
That's really, I never considered that. That's really interesting. Yeah, that he's like, even in the worst version of himself, he still has the base desire of, I'm lonely and I need a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
And you need to get your head straight if you're going to be a friend to me, kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's helped me come around on the ending. So there's a lot of that instances, you thought, where you can kind of see that.
I think you can just kind of see it because he is very like, the Dream Lord is quite heavy-handed and mean and stuff, and I think it's just my interpretation. I'm not saying like this is how it is, but to me it can be seen as like as part of the Doctor's conscious fighting through, I guess, really trying to help this scenario in some way, really.
I watched, this may seem like I'm going off on something else, but I'm going to circle back. I watched Twilight recently.
Okay.
But the kind of how I'm picturing this in my head is, you know that moment where Bella roasts her dad, Charlie, just into the next century?
First of all, Charlie's the best character.
Yeah. Who's disagreeing with you?
I want to fuck Charlie. Second of all,
right.
Okay. Second of all, whenever I think of Twilight, the only scene that comes to my mind is the baseball scene.
Has it been a while since you saw it?
Yeah.
It's a good movie, man. It's like, I know people shit on it, but like, it's a fucking good movie. Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Oh, mate, it is. It's all melodrama and teen campy fucking silliness. It's good stuff.
I think it's an enjoyable movie for some.
Yeah.
Don't know if that means it's a good movie, but
I liked it, man. I thought it was cool. But like the anyway,
I like elements of it. I like Muse.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
I like
that one song that Robert Pattinson can play on the piano.
No, I don't know what that is. That one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because I hear that a lot on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, is that a sound, is it?
Yeah, it's a sound.
One that people have got going on.
Anyway,
the point I'm making was...
Doctor Who.
No, Bella...
Wait, what's your Twilight point?
Bella roasts Charlie into next century, and she's like... Because she's trying to keep him safe.
Charlie doesn't deserve this.
No, he doesn't deserve... That's the worst part about it, because he's like... Bella, I'm trying to understand. Why are you upset? And she's like, you suck. Mum left you for a good reason. Goodbye. Fuck you.
Yeah. And it's that trope, being mean to be kind.
Yeah, you're being too overly mean, almost.
Like the very famous like scene? Is it Old Yeller? You know, the movie about like the dog they gotta...
Oh, where they shout at the dog so it leaves?
Yeah, so he like runs away and shit. Like, oh, was it? No, it's in New Girl. Where Schmidt, he like, because he does that to Cece, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Go.
Yeah. What did they say? Did they say he's old yellering her or something? Oh, they say something like that.
To that effect, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, go on.
They do a weird version of it in Game of Thrones as well, where like Arya Stark has a dog that is going to get killed, or a wolf, which is a big dog in Game of Thrones.
A dire wolf.
Yeah, dire wolf, which is a husky, essentially.
Yeah. It's a husky, but it's bigger.
Yeah, and not really as well.
Yeah.
When anyone else is in the same shot as the husky, it's pretty normal husky size. Yeah,
yeah. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah. But she's like, get out of here, go, shoo, and it's loyal as anything, as any good wolf is.
Yeah.
Right, and stays there. And then she just fucking pelts it with a rock.
Yeah.
And it's like,
hate scenes
all right.
like that, man. Hate scenes like that.
Yeah.
The dog doesn't know.
Why are you being... No, do you know how bad I feel ever telling my dog off about anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, and then she just looks at me and I'm like, I am so sorry and I love you. I would move the world for you. Like,
yeah.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, yeah, so we have all of that kind of wrap up, but then there's a little nook in the reflection of the TARDIS console, and reflected back
the Dream Lord
Dream
is
Lord
still in there. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that's just a bit of symbolism of the Doctor being like, maybe I'm not 100% a good guy all the time. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, nothing has come of it yet. But hey,
yeah.
Bring the Dream Lord back. I think it'd be interesting. You don't even need to bring... You can be anyone. Can literally be anyone.
What other... If you were going to have like Toby Jones play the Dream Lord against another Doctor, who do you reckon would be interesting?
Don't get Toby Jones. Bring in... I think you'd probably need to switch it up, but bring in anyone. Yeah. Bring in Idris Elba. Idris Elba against Shooty-Gawa? That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Yeah, that would be a good... Although we don't know enough about Shooty-Gawa's Doctor enough to be like, does he suck yet as a man? Like...
He doesn't need to suck.
No, but like... The Dream Lord needs something to go off of, doesn't he? Like, well, yeah, but then I guess the Doctor has the Doctor's general flaws.
This is Matt Smith's first season. He's in this.
That's true. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else would be like... Who'd be a good foil to Jodie? Who'd be a good Jodie Dream Lord?
Kate Blanchett.
Why?
I like Kate Blanchett. She's good.
She is good, yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I guess not. She's just in your head because we did How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Yeah, she is, but she's good.
That's the only reason I knew why.
All right, then, America Ferrera.
Okay, did you watch Barbie recently?
No,
she's also in How to Train.
That was the joke, Lawrence.
I caught you.
Idiot.
Oh, god damn. All right. So yeah, that's the episode. General thoughts. What do you make?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Okay, good. Yep, very good.
No, go on. No, it's good. It's a good fun time. Yeah, I say bring back the Dream World. I'd love to see them again. It'd be a good fun. You can get literally anyone to play it. It can be great. It can be good fun. Yeah, but no, it's a good episode. It's a good examination of the Doctor and of Amy and Rory's relationship, and what I like about it is this kind of like gets us to the point where we're so far past the fucking war crime that happened at the end of episode 5, 4 or 5,
5 I think.
5, yeah, 5. And it's we're at a completely different place, which is good. It's so good, and slowly and surely, Rory and Amy are becoming the antithesis of fucking Rose and Mickey. Like, the complete healthier version of a couple.
How not to crumble at the first sign of something wrong.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that mess was back there.
God.
So, yeah, I love it. It's good stuff.
I still can't go over some of that episode. Some of the RTD early episodes of Mickey's treatment is just, oh boy.
It's rough stuff.
It is indeed. And speaking of rough stuff, Nathan, should we do everyone's favourite segment of the show?
I'd love to.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
This is everyone's favourite segment of the show, where we get to take a chance to look through some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every single week without a break. Lawrence, regale us all. Who is your weirdo for this week?
I'm not happy about it. There's not a lot of contenders. It's slim pickings this week.
I got one.
Well, I've got one. I'm just not. Look, whatever. It is what it is. It might be a write-off for me this week. I've put down Amy because she's very comfortable hitting old people with sticks, it would seem, or dogs. She's very
We don't
unfazed.
know that for a fact. We don't know that for a fact.
No, we've seen one instance of it, and it was more comfortable than most would be.
Have we seen her hit anyone with a stick?
No, but she's laying the instructions down.
Yeah, but she's given the command. She's not pulling the trigger.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the person you need to blame. The person giving the orders. So
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Nor do I. I'm very transparent about this. I'm not happy about this. I wanted to find something funnier to say. I couldn't.
I found a funny one.
Well, do you know what? Go on. Who is it?
Okay. When the Doctor pulls up to Amy and Rory's cottage in the VW camper van, there's a load of old people trying to like break into the house, and they've all got like sticks and logs and stuff, and they're all trying to break in. But there's one woman just walking by with a fucking lawnmower just in the air, and the lawnmower's on, like it's making the noise.
Okay, right, yeah.
But she's just carrying the fucking lawnmower towards the house, which I just think is funny.
That is funny.
That's very. She's somehow got a lawnmower, a device which in most cases needs to be plugged in, powered on and fucking activated while she's walking towards the house, just holding it above her head. So,
That's that sound, guys. I don't care if it's plugged in.
yeah, exactly.
I don't care if Rory would ring the bell on his bike. I'm throwing in a sound effect.
Yeah, so that's my weirdo.
That is a good weirdo. I must say I missed this moment. There's been a few little silly gags like that. I remember the one in 11th Hour where the woman in the mobility scooter, it just turns on.
It was great.
Yeah, just go, just screeching away.
That was hilarious. One of the all-time top 10. I just got very tired all of a sudden. Anyway,
I saw you yawn.
What do we do next?
Nathan, this is the part of the show where the audience get to have their say. What happens is Nathan will tweet out a post, let you guys know what episode we're recording and when, and then our lovely, loyal listeners will send in their thoughts, and we can read out a handful of them. And, starting with tweets, the first one comes in from Marky Moo, at Marky Moo1 on Twitter. Really interesting episode. Didn't like it the first few times I saw it, but it's really grown on me. Certified banger from me.
True that.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know what I wouldn't immediately like about this. Off the bat, to go around from I don't like this to certified banger is quite the turnaround.
It's true, yeah. But it can happen. It can happen. I did it with Victory of the Daleks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's our apologist episode.
That was a big turnaround for me. How when I realized my shame, when I realized.
Oh, hang on a minute, we didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we just had it in our head as adults for so long. Our dumb opinion on that episode. Anyway, the second tweet comes in from Damn the Lamb.
Damn the Lamb.
Indeed. I really enjoy this episode. All round a fun concept and a good twist. Although I was 10 when it came out, so maybe that helped make the resolution more of a surprise. I feel personally called out there.
You got to stop telling me. You guys got to stop telling me how old you were when these episodes came out.
Yeah, true.
Right? They just every time it just makes me feel fucking ancient. Okay.
Nathan's one of the he's in the army of OAPs trying to break into the house today. Anyway, I feel like this ep would have been better placed in series 6 when we've had more time seeing Amy and Rory as a couple. That was interesting. What do you think?
I can see where they're coming from, but I would disagree in the sense that like the point of the episode is for Amy to realize how she really feels about Rory. It's for Amy to make the decision and realize that, oh no, she is committed to this guy. She is 100% on board with him. And if we were to have this episode in series 6, I feel like it would just unnecessarily extend the whole
I agree,
Amy unbeing sure kind of thing. You know?
Also, it would do a lot of work against Amy's development. Like, people would start to really not like the fact that she was so flippant with these characters.
Yeah.
I do see where you're coming from, though, because it is interesting to have character dynamics that we know and are familiar with put under such a stressful circumstance. But, like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of that in Series 6 anyway.
There is also a really great episode in Series 6, which does kind of delve into similar themes, and it's not called this, but has the unofficial title amongst fans as Rory's Choice. So that's a good one to get to.
I think that's like, you got stuff like that in Series 6. I'm fine with this being here. Also, I think you need it as kind of the the Amy's been up to no good trilogy capper that is like the last couple of episodes have been.
I don't know how I feel about that, but sure.
No, I don't like. Look, I'm being facetious with the titling of it, but like, they needed to cement Amy's place in this dynamic because as writers, they'd been forcing her to tiptoe a little bit. And like you say, there's no need to extend that or prolong it because it could really hurt people's relationship with the character, which is really good and has been a really well-developed character up until this point. Anyway, the last tweet I'm going to read out comes from Carly at Carly's Acting, which I definitely read out perfectly last week too. Amy's Choice is my favourite episode of New Who. The storyline was a banger. Finally, Rory and Amy's relationship is seeming better. And the Dream Lord was such a good villain. He was funny, but also serious a lot of the time. This is one of those mind-bending episodes that I love. Favourite episode of New Who is strong, I think.
It's strong, but hey, if this is your favourite episode, I'm not going to be like insane. Like,
it's unique enough that it could easily be. Do you know what I mean? Like, as a concept,
definitely can be. I can understand why this would be some people's favourite episode of New Who. It's a good, strong episode, so yeah, absolutely.
Mine is Love and Monsters.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyway,
Yours is End of Time Part 1.
No, that's not true.
You love
that still wounds me. Okay. Anyway, that was it for tweets. Nathan, what are people saying?
Did you do 3 of them?
Yeah, that was 3. I know you've been yawning, but keep up, all right?
Sorry, okay. I thought that was only 2. But
that was definitely 3.
Okay. Are you sure?
I had one screenshot.
We had Carly's Acting. Oh, sorry. Marky Moo and Down the Lamb. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. Anyway, what are the good folks saying over at email? Oh, hang on. Before we move on from tweets, look, we were ill last week. We have some tweets to reply to from Vampires of Venice.
Sorry. Yeah. That's not bad.
They should be replied to by the time this episode is out, so you'll have already seen this, but like, that's why.
If they're
Sorry.
Not, message us. Let us know. Message us. Just give us a nudge, you know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we've been ill and our schedules have been all over the fucking shop this week, so apologies.
Yes.
Anyway, the good folk over at the emails.
The good folk over at the emails still got thoughts on Amy's Choices Cold Star. This is from Billy Who. You may remember Billy as the person who would write in with their scientific explanations.
I do, yep, the very lengthy scientific explanations.
Yes! What good fun. Hello, Nathan and Lawrence. I'm back, they say.
Yeah.
So in this episode, we're introduced to the idea of a cold star, a celestial object that burns cold, in quotation marks. The Doctor is hesitant to say that such an object could exist in reality, but he's not sure because it's a big universe and lots of seemingly impossible things could happen. So let's see what it would take for such an object to exist.
Fucking hell. That was the intro to the email.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That was paragraph 1 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You're answering emails this week. Oh, hang on. I know why you're reading this one out.
Neither of us need to because we only got 3, and all for
Oh,
all 3
fantastic.
getting read out. Yeah. So there we go. First things first, let's see how a star normally works. For our star, the Sun, billions of years ago, a lot of interstellar dust clumped together and the resulting pressure forced an ignition of fusion. This process takes hydrogen and fuses it together through a multi-step process to form helium. The process has a byproduct of energy that warms our planet and processes heat and light for the solar system. Lawrence, I'd imagine reading your Oppenheimer book, you're familiar with all of that.
I know all of this and more.
Yeah. Do you want to take over?
Yeah, please.
Please continue.
So, where we're at this point is that the star is cold, and it can
No, but
be.
more. Sorry, more so in the formation of the sun and the.
Yeah. God said, "Let there be light."
Okay, we'll move on. So, what does cold even mean? Well, technically speaking, cold doesn't exist because when we describe thermodynamic systems, the way we do so is by measuring heat or the energy a system has. So when we say that something is cold, what we really mean is that it is less hot than it used to be or less hot than the surrounding system. But space is already cold. In fact, empty space is almost as cold as it gets at 2.7 Kelvin. Outer space is so cold that the only reason it isn't absolute zero is due to residual heat from the Big Bang. Brackets, as a matter of fact, fun detour. Great. We have a place on Earth that is colder than the vacuum of space. And if Lawrence could guess this, I would be thoroughly impressed. Lawrence, do you want to take a guess as to where that is?
Give me the whole sentence again.
We have a place on Earth that is colder than the vacuum of space.
Nathan's heart.
Good guess. Do you want to do an actual guess?
I don't have one. I don't know.
No? Okay.
I've been put on the spot and I don't like it.
It's inside the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland, where the Doctor will later visit and where I interned for a summer a couple of years ago. Holy shit. The LHC actually reaches 1.9 K at its current coldest.
Jesus
I
Christ.
guess that's... Don't say Jesus Christ, like you know what that means.
No, but it sounds impressive and chilly, right? If it's the fucking
That's
coldest
just-
place on planet Earth.
No, but like, you don't know what 1.9 K means. That's just numbers to you.
Yeah, but I'd imagine if it starts at 0, all right? And then,
No, but you have no fucking reference for any of these.
well,
okay?
excuse me for fucking trying to spice up pillow talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, Nathan, all right? I'm just commenting here.
Fucking hell. So in order to get a cold star, it's not enough to just say that the star achieves cold fusion. It has to be actively taking heat away from the TARDIS in order to drop the ambient temperature so much that they get cold.
Whoa.
But not be so cold that it hits absolute zero, at which point no kinetic motion is achievable. And the plumes we see the star have wouldn't be possible, so something between 0 and 2 Kelvin. Believe it or not, these kind of stars, in quotation marks, can exist, but not necessarily in the way depicted in the show. Believe it or not, Moffat might know less science than RTD. They come in the form of objects like black holes, which on the massive scale might have a temperature of about... I can't even read that. It's like 1.4 times 10 to the power of minus 14 or 0.0000000000014. The Kelvin, that might have been the wrong amount of notes. Don't fucking at me. Kelvin and on the solar scale still have a temperature of about 6 times 10 to the power of fucking hell. 6 times 10 to the power of minus 8 or 0.0000006 Kelvin. These objects could be pulling so much heat away from the TARDIS that internally you might feel it getting colder, not to mention that the intense forces could just be ruining the TARDIS heating system. As a side, there would also obviously have to be an insane amount of moisture in the TARDIS to get that much ice across the console. The humidity must be insane. Of course, at the end of the episode, this is all revealed to be a dream, so the science doesn't have to make sense. And on another layer, the whole thing is in a show with a loose relationship with science, so it doesn't need to be scientifically accurate either. But what's life worth if not to overly obsess about things that don't matter for fun? As always, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, as I am, after all, just some idiot. Keep up the great work. Love the pod. Thank you, Billy.
Welcome back, Billy.
Welcome back, Billy. It's good to hear from you again.
Yeah. We jest. We play it up. It is baffling to me that people this clever listen. And if you made that all up, then fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't even think of how to make something like that up, so you're still smarter than me by a country mile.
Yeah, but you're an idiot.
And you are not?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Billy. And thank you for listening. And thank you for, being roguely still here while not emailing in for a long time.
we appreciate it. Thank you, Billy. I say we only got 3 emails this week, but they're all quite long. So
okay, good.
Okay. This is from our good friend, Nat Catarino.
Did you see what I did, by the way, to Nat in the emails?
Did you fucked up? You had to
Yeah, so I sometimes when you respond to an email, you copy their email into your email so you can look at it easier.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, I know you do it because the first time we sat down and answered emails together, I saw you do it. So I'm not.
No,
I
don't do that.
I fucking saw it. Or whatever. I saw you do it.
You definitely didn't.
Okay, I did. Anyway, yeah, I did that, and then I forgot to delete the email.
So you just sent her an email back to her.
Her own email back to her, and then underneath it was my email.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I acknowledged it. We had a good laugh.
Yeah. Thank you for making this part even longer.
Thank you.
The subject line is, only in our dreams are we free. The rest of time we need wages. Quite poignant.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Hello, boys. My weirdo of this week is Stephen Moffat, the Moff. We have a self-harm joke from the Doctor, Rory calling his pregnant wife Chubbs, and yet another one-eyed alien monster. I really love this episode, but the Moff is moffing hard this week. I will just say at this point, he didn't write the episode.
He's overseeing it, Nathan.
I know. I think that's important context. That he didn't write this, but okay, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Quote, I don't just abandon people when they leave the TARDIS. Okay, Doctor, Sarah Jane would have something to say about that, and several others. That's true. The Moff shows his true brackets problematic colours by dropping a self-harm joke less than 3 minutes into the episode. Thanks for keeping it classy, Moffat. And after the title sequence, there's this beautiful wide shot of the console room where you can see the many levels and warm orangey lighting. And all I can say is thank the gods for this new TARDIS. It's so lovely, even if they ruin it with ice, but we take what we can get. It's true.
I like seeing the TARDIS, like I said, though, I like seeing the TARDIS in different forms, right? It's a nice looking TARDIS, but then you put a bit of ice in it, ooh, something interesting, bit of spice.
Yeah. And it looks better than the old one.
Okay, right, fine.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
I'm not agreeing with this. I'm just beckoning you to move on.
But it does, though, doesn't it?
No, Nathan, it doesn't.
Well, you're wrong. Is it me or is it snowing in the Upper Ledwith setting? Is that supposed to mirror the icy shenanigans in the TARDIS dream, or is it actually snowing? No one is dressed for snow, but maybe that's just how you Brits roll. I would never go outside in anything less than a parka coat, snow boots, scarves, hat, and gloves. Yeah, like snow, and it's not the same here as it is for you guys. Like fucking Nat is from America. Washington, I believe, Washington, DC. So like their winters are like pretty intense, but like we'll get like maybe a couple of days of snow a year. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes no snow at all.
And it's like a dusting as well. Like we haven't had like fucking up to your ankles snow in quite a few years.
Yeah, it's quite rare for us to get like really big heavy snow, to be honest. In like northern parts of Scotland. That'll be different, but yeah, for like most of the country, it's just not really something that happens here all that much. So yeah, so we're never really prepared for it, really.
No, I don't even think I have a big winter coat, so
no, I don't.
I'd be up Shit's Creek.
I already am. Where are we? Shit's Creek. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I never really understood why Rory would want to be a doctor in Upper Ledwith Dream. He's always been proud to be a nurse. If it wasn't the psychic pollen pulling that from his desires, maybe it was drawing on his insecurities about Amy's feelings for the doctor and trying to make him of equal status. But even that doesn't necessarily ring true. It seems like it comes out of nowhere. I think it's more the insecurity sort of thing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But like also, he's a medical practitioner, and I guess it's his dream to flourish in that role. And I know that you don't I know it's not like you don't graduate from nurse and become a doctor. I get that that's not how it works. But like, again, it's a dream, isn't it? Who knows?
Yeah. I always do a double take with the Sam Care Home and a particular Gallifreyan society of a similar name we see later on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not that they're related at all, but since this psychic pollen, was it pulled from the doctor's brain? Who knows? No, the psychic pollen was picked up on a planet. He mentioned that, didn't he? Like, they picked it up from somewhere.
And it got, like, stuck in the TARDIS thing.
Yeah, it got, like, heated up in the time rotor. Yeah. Toby Jones is in a beautiful blue tweed suit on the TARDIS and a beautiful blue non-tweed suit in Upper Ledwith. Time Lord Victorious vibes for sure. I can see that. On my first watch, the blue suit was a major clue that this had to be some dark incarnation of the Doctor. The costume changes we see throughout the episode also echo other incarnations. Sexy Toby Jones is given Paul McGann 8th Doctor vibes for sure.
Oh, that's very true, yeah.
You hate Paul McGann.
I don't hate Paul McGann.
Whenever you mention the TV movie, you always say it's bad.
I haven't seen it in a very long time, all right?
You haven't seen it full stop. You've seen like one scene on YouTube, and you've seen the scene where the Doctor gets murked at the beginning.
That's all you need.
No, you haven't seen it.
I've seen some bits where he's in the TARDIS, and it's a nice TARDIS.
It is a very nice TARDIS, but you haven't seen it. Where was I?
It's impossible for me to know.
It is. The Dream Lord's rant about the Doctor's tawdry quirks is like a laundry list of everything wrong with Doctor Who Tumblr in 2010, and I love it. That's very true. You hold it down, I'll cut it off is reminiscent of some future Eleven and River moments, and I enjoy the foreshadowing here. No, I don't mean like that, and get your minds out of the gutter, boys. In a minute, you was thinking about River cutting off. Okay. Sure. All for that core conversation between Rory and Amy with the blankets is rough, but so nuanced. Both of them could be communicating more effectively. Rory really wants children, and Amy, for that their relationship is more important than what they do in the TARDIS. That they are still on track to get married, and that she loves him. Amy isn't ready for the commitment of marriage and a baby, wants adventure, but also loves Rory. Use your words, children. Yeah, they do need to do that. Yeah,
that's one of my favourite scenes of the whole thing. I just think it's a great conversation between. It's a real giveaway as to where they're both at.
Shut up, Lawrence. Why?
You know, people want us to respond to these, not just read them and go, "Cool."
I know, but this. No, you're right. Yes, okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Now, what do you think?
I agree. Why? Why is the Moth obsessed with weird one-eyed alien creatures waiting in plain sight for years in plots that make no sense? At least here, the plot not making sense is part of the overall arc, but it is strange. Also, Rory, don't call your pregnant wife Chubbs. Do you have a death wish?
Yeah, that's bad.
What other one-eyed alien creatures has Moffat done?
Prisoner Zero.
Oh, that's more just a... First of all,
alien creature hiding in plain
that's
sight.
not... First of all, it's not one eye. Prisoner Zero doesn't have one eye. It's the Atraxi who has a big eye.
Oh, yeah, Prisoner Zero's got a weird little snake face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's like a one eye. I think that just... It is the creature. It is an eye.
What about the Dalek?
You can't... You didn't create the Daleks.
Yeah, but they got one eye.
Yeah, but he didn't create them.
I'm just working with what you've told me here. What
What
about...
other one-eyed creatures has he done? I can't think of any.
Does Tim get one of his eyes blown out in the war?
Shut the fuck up about Tim. Tim isn't even a fucking Moffat creation.
Yeah, well... Who else has got one eye? One hand. Bracewell's got one hand.
Yeah, but that's... But how many eyes has he got? 4, because he's wearing glasses.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm stumped.
Angels, you got 2 eyes.
They got 2 eyes, yeah.
Silence got 2 eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
I already know they do. I don't need you to think.
No, for a second I was thinking of like, you know, that kind of classic alien design of a big old wide Martian head and one eye.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one.
We've overcorrected. We don't need to comment this much, I reckon.
People are going to be screaming. People get so annoyed when we get stuff wrong. They get
Let 'em.
so. But I genuinely can't think. Let me know, because I genuinely can't think of any others that Stephen Moffat has created. I'm obviously missing something here. But
what about that the Idiot's Lantern, where they've got no face?
That was written by Mark Gatiss.
Yeah,
okay.
He knows Stephen Moffat.
Well, yeah, they all know Stephen Moffat.
Maybe they had a chat one day. Threw this idea around the office.
But again, that's not one eye, though, is it?
No, but they got no eyes. And I guess in the process of removing the face, there may have been a point where only one eye was left.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Luke Rattigan after I knock him out.
Shut the fuck up. I can't think of any other times Stephen has given us an alien creature with one eye. Man, I mean, I think I must obviously be missing something, but...
The flap on Cassandra's skin.
Lawrence, please stop now. And again, Cassandra was not invented by Stephen Moffat.
If you give me a chisel, then I can make Ursula have one eye.
Okay, great. And it was not Stephen Moffat. Anything could happen. You wish you was as sexy as Camille Cordy, aka Jackie Toby Jones, but you could never. It's true. But don't we all? Rory's first death scene, one of many. That is true. I guess we can track that.
Yeah.
Top tier A+ acting Karen Gillan does in this scene blows my mind every fucking time. Look, Amy is young, maybe 22, 24 by now. I think she might be even younger. 5 years.
Yeah.
She's having fun adventures and is glad to have her fiance around, but it's not exactly worried about marriage or their future. But now she has to face it. She sees him die right in front of her, and she sees him die right in front of her. The consequences of her apathy and selflessness taking place right before her eyes, and instantly she knows who he is to her, who she is to him, and where the Doctor falls in her estimation. If he can't bring back the love of her life, what good is the madman in a box? Death would be preferable to living without Rory and to living without him, knowing that she is the reason he died. Though I will say that they were definitely not driving fast enough to actually kill themselves.
Yeah.
We did already have one self-harm joke in the episode, so I guess the moth was over his quota. Again, he didn't write it.
Nathan's so aggrieved by this.
I just need to be clear. He didn't write. I sometimes I think people blame Stephen Moffat for just everything they don't like, and I'm just like, he didn't write it. But
come on, guys, be fair.
I know he's overseeing the show. I get it. Did Amy never tell Rory she loved him? Honestly, it seems so odd to marry someone who never said they loved you.
I thought
who
that
you never
line was
loved.
crazy.
From both Rory and Amy's perspective, please wait and then interject. Okay.
Says you.
No, I was reading a line, Lawrence.
No, I thought that was fucking nuts when Amy said that. I forgot to write it down.
I know. I can see it. I can see how it would happen.
You can see getting married to someone that has never once out loud said they love you. That's insane.
If it's Amy, yeah. First of all, dream. Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Fair enough. Yep.
Second of all, it's Amy. We know she struggles at this point anyway. We know she struggles with commitment. We know she is having a hard time fully committing to Rory. I know in this version of reality she has managed to settle down with him, but again, Dream playing on her own insecurities and visions could take that and just tighten it, I guess.
Still wild, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty wild, but I can see it happening.
It's possible.
Yes.
People get married as strangers in Vegas.
It's true. Yeah, I did it.
Hang on.
I didn't.
You are ordained, though.
It's true. I am.
That's got to be expired.
I think it might be, actually.
Does it go out of date?
I don't know.
You're not up to speed with the Lord?
No, I'm not. I need to check in. The music when they're back on the icy TARDIS is so beautiful. There are these piano tinkling notes, when each of them opens their eyes, which are perfectly choreographed. And when Amy and Rory's hand reach for each other almost unconsciously, if I weren't crying already, I'd be crying now, that's for sure. I do love how we get a reprise of the conversation between Rory and Amy at the end. Rory finally gets the validation he was looking for. Amy chose him and their relationship over the TARDIS adventures in the end, and that's enough for him. It's a lovely bit of closure. I'm not crying. You're crying. Lots of love. Nah, she, her.
Lovely. Yeah, I like that scene. We kind of skipped over that scene at the end. Them two kind of just having that moment of Rory being like, hang on, how the fuck did we get out of that? How did that scenario end?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we did skip over that now that I think about it. Kind of a big oversight on our part.
These things happen.
It's true.
When you're running a fucking tight ship like this.
Hey, we're two podcasting professionals. Okay. Yeah. Let it be said. This might be our longest episode in a while. Coming in at 2:30 right now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But,
obviously, we needed that today of all days. I'm just looking at the time, being like, can't wait to go to bed in 3 hours.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, we got another email?
We got one more email.
We'll get to it.
It's the shortest email.
Okay, cool.
I say the shortest for last. This is from our good friend Dalton Scott, who says... Still got dreams. Hello, Nathan and Lawrence. It's finally come to this. I've spent so many waking hours watching, discussing, and thinking about Doctor Who that the program has invaded my dreams. With the upcoming release of your episode on Amy's Choice, I wanted to share 2 recent ones that you might enjoy. First, I dreamt of an adventure featuring the Ninth Doctor and Martha Jones. There was no unrequited romance to be seen here, as this pairing was purely platonic, and the two regarded each other as equals. They landed on an isolated planet where people used the remains of fallen spacecrafts to build makeshift settlements. The Doctor and Martha boarded a railway system built on this planet to get around, but they discovered it was haunted by the spirits of people whose ships were used to make the trains. Sounds quite good.
It's quite a cool concept, yeah.
Yeah. I'll write that one down.
Yeah. No one copyright this, all right?
I already have.
We've got 12 hours to get this to the lawyers, Nathan.
We've got less than that now.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we do.
How did the Doctor and Martha solve this one? I'm unsure because I woke up shortly after their first meeting with the ghosts. Big Finish, if you're listening, have that one on me. No, don't. I know how the rest of that. I want to know how the rest of that story played out. We'll tell you. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll finalize it and then.
Yeah. We'll get a crew together and we'll film it. We'll let you know. Can you get in touch with Chris?
Get in touch with him?
Yeah, can you get in touch with Chris?
I can figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Cool. On to the second dream, which also featured Martha, but this time she was a Princess Martha. She traveled to the past via Vortex Manipulator and discovered that she hailed from a royal bloodline.
Hang on, is there a reason why Martha has been downgraded from the usual queen status that she
I
holds.
see.
He's not tired.
Shut the fuck up. Unfortunately, her family was ousted by another group of royals who went on to claim the throne.
The Romanovs.
She was... shut up. She was... I didn't even hear what you said. She was on a quest to reclaim her crown. The best part is that this wasn't a regular episode of Doctor Who playing out in my head. It was a fighting game, and then several question marks. That's right. It was a fighting game similar to Dissidia. I probably fucking butchered that. Final Fantasy, in which Martha was a ranged combatant who controlled wind, light, and fire magic. She could also use her vortex manipulator to warp between locations on the battlefield. I don't know how this fits in with her character, but if this game were real, I would really like to know who my main would be. You know what? This game to me sounds similar to Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh,
and
fuck
speaking
no.
of Raid Shadow, if I was gonna do it, it'd be that, but I can't.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to give context to that or no?
no, no, I don't. But maybe someday I will.
Oh, you've just got that one over me, have you? Okay.
That's all I've got for you this week. Have the two of you ever had any Doctor Who related dreams? If there was a Doctor Who fighting game, who would be your main and why? All right, first of all, I've had many dreams of Doctor Who. Cannot remember a single one of them. Second of all, if there was a Doctor Who fighting game, my main would probably be Clara. She seems scrappy. She seems feisty.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe River.
Oh yeah, River would be up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember if I've had any Doctor Who dreams. I often forget my dreams the millisecond I wake up.
Same.
So I'm not normally. I could never recall two in great length like that email. I would go. My main would be K9.
You would be instantly killed.
No, fuck off. He can blow up everything. He's sick. He's got a laser.
You're just thinking of that one episode
Where he has a laser, yeah.
Yeah, but he's mostly in a cupboard.
Yeah, but that's not... I can hide, can't I? They're trying to attack me. I'm busy in a cupboard.
Get in my cupboard.
I'm in a cupboard that has a dimension in it.
You're in a black hole in the cupboard.
Yeah, they can't touch me. Meanwhile, someone just opens the cupboard door periodically. I can shoot them with a laser.
So you need someone to open the cupboard door.
That's why you're Clara.
Okay.
You just stand there and open the cupboard.
And I'm just hanging out in Bannerman Road, just
yeah,
ready to open the cupboard so you can occasionally shoot someone.
I'm not entrusting this duty to Soda Pop Boy.
I'm looking forward to the next episode of the pod. Amy's Choice is a trippy and fun episode of Season 5 that I enjoy. It's a neat concept, executed well with some great character moments for our TARDIS trio. Also, you can't not love the moment when Mr. Cool is running awkwardly down the street from the elderly alien people. Those are my thoughts, and I can't wait to hear yours. Keep up all the great work, lads. Much love from Toronto, brackets, Toronto, Dalton.
Toronto, yeah. I know Ben from Canada gets quite excited when people say Toronto instead of Toronto.
So
it
we
sounds
don't
wrong.
pronounce the middle T. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Americans saying Melbourne.
Oh, God.
You're from Melbourne, Australia. Wow.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Australia. You want to go through Melbourne, Australia.
Bloody Americans, Nathan.
I know.
Can't live with them, can't live without them. Anyway. I'm really tired this week.
It's late. It's coming up to midnight.
It is.
And Lawrence has got to edit this episode still.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You may be wondering, but Nathan, don't you usually edit Still Got Legs? And you're absolutely right. But Lawrence pushed back the recording to the day before it's due to be posted, and the price to be paid was that he must edit it.
It's honourable. I honoured the agreement. It was very civil. Nathan said, then we are in agreement. And then that was it.
Then it is agreed.
Yeah.
We shook hands.
Right, anyway. Thank you very, very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, then please feel free to leave us a 5-star review. It would be very much appreciated, and you can do that directly through your podcast platform of choice. Apple is always good because they allow you to write a little message, and then you can let us know what you think of the show, and it is always nice to see and read those. You can also follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. Be sure to go over there to keep up with all the cool things going on, as well as dropping your thoughts on the next episode we're covering on the show. If you are not on social media, though, do not fret. You can also send your thoughts into stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com, where, as you've just heard, each week we pick out a couple of responses and read them out on the show. Also, the Discord server's up. Lots of good chats going on in there. Link in the description. Go join it.
Discord is a good, fun time. We've had the most controversial conversation so far was about cheese and beans together.
I missed this one. What happened there?
Yeah, it was quite heated. People were like, "You have cheese and beans together?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's nice, man."
That's a good combo. A bit of pepper on top.
Right. Okay, you and your peppered beans, all right?
I like a peppery bean.
I know you do, okay.
Not loads.
But beans on toast, throw some cheese on there, melt it down. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, I'm all up in that. Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
This was a baffling concept to some people. Some people in the Discord, they could not fathom the idea of beans and cheese together.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. What do you reckon?
I mean, the Discord server is mostly British, from what I can gather.
Yeah, but look, I don't
There's
know.
a few Americans in there. Oh, and some Americans were saying that the old British-Chinese food debate came up as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, But you're a Chinese chips kind of guy, right?
Not really. No.
I thought you've had a Chinese chip.
I like a salt and pepper chip, but it's not what I go to a Chinese for.
What's your go-to Chinese?
I like a chicken chow mein, some curry sauce. I like some chicken balls on the sides. Occasionally, I do like to get some salt and pepper chicken as well if I'm feeling particularly hungry.
I'm a chow mein guy. I sometimes like a bit of prawn thrown in there. If there's any kind of prawn or duck dish, I'm all about that.
No, not about prawn.
No, I like a prawn, man. I got big into them a couple of years ago, and I've never looked back since. It's good stuff.
I'm not a seafood guy. I don't like any kind of seafood.
Some people are just like that, though. Some people just cannot fucking get on board with it at all.
Yeah, I just can't stand the taste of any kind of seafood. I don't know why.
I love it, man. It's some of the freshest stuff going. Melt in your mouth. Beautiful fish. Lovely.
Why? That sounds horrible. Why would I want a fish that melts in my mouth?
Because it's nice. It's fresh.
Oh, horrible, man.
Look, it's one of them things, right? You either love it or you don't. And speaking of loving things...
Anyway, join the Discord server to yell at me about fucking chicken on beans or whatever.
Nathan, we have another podcast as well, don't we?
We do, Lawrence. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every week we discuss something in the realm of pop culture, be it a movie, TV show, video game. Last week we had a lot of fun talking about How to Train Your Dragon 2. And coming up this week... things might get heated because we're watching Lawrence's favorite movie, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice Ultimate Cut,
the world's longest edition, I think you call it.
Yeah, and I think it's bad. So there we go.
It was your idea to do it. You wanted to do it.
I did. It's true. So there we go. That'll be a good fun time. Check that out if you're keen.
Indeed. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you Monday at 10 a.m.
Stay frosty. Keep your eyes on the skies. And say hello to all your friends, family, and loved ones.
Aww.
Goodbye.